please
Okay.
mute.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're live. Let's put a timer on. There we go. Make sure the channel's actually showing. Yeah.
Not yet, it's not.
You're showing there for me?
And there's mine. So going live on mine. It is
It's
episode
just coming
55,
now.
right?
Maybe.
Should be
It's
56.
56.
Is it 56? Damn it.
Yeah, 56.
Is that
I meant
part 3 or part
Yeah.
4 with just an extra
Three.
Part 3.
Because
Part 3 with an exclamation mark.
yeah.
I gave up putting the actual titles in mine.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, if I can get the number right.
You know, putting like 4 eyes for Roman numerals 4 is actually acceptable.
Yeah.
It's actually not. It was actually the norm. We only assumed like IV as 4 because of clocks.
Yeah.
There are some clocks with the 4 eyes on it as well,
Which are wrong.
and it's the same for
I hate
9 as
them.
well because you can have V 4 eyes.
Yeah.
It looks wrong, but
It is.
it
The,
is.
the V in 4 eyes doesn't look as wrong as
No.
just 4 eyes, though. It always looked a bit weird when I
Yeah.
saw it, because I used to know that one as well. 'Cause,
But it-
my aunt and uncle had one of those old
Mhm.
clocks that had
Ah.
the 4 eyes, and I went, that's weird.
Yeah. I mean, it's in like Roman. That would have been absolutely acceptable.
That'd be the standard.
yeah,
I believe
it
there's a
would
lot
have
of
been
stuff
the standard.
in Rome like that, actually.
Yeah. There might be actually, yeah.
There is in, like, a statuary.
So, like,
There's a lot of
but
4-eye
it's
ones.
literally because of clocks that we look at things like IV and VI. And we don't do the four lines anymore.
There you go. More you know. Welcome to Alterra, where you can learn random trivia.
The
Yeah.
basics of Roman
Yeah.
numerals.
Who says this is not educational?
Yeah. I mean, I'm quite good at pub quizzes until you get to the sports round.
Uh-huh.
I'm inconsistent on the sports round for pub quizzes because I don't know sports. I don't know, like, name people in sports, no idea.
No.
Rules in sports, I'm not too bad at. I actually can play a lot of sports. I have no idea who people are.
Fair enough.
Like, I can play the game. I don't know who else can play the game, but I can play it myself.
It's like I remember
I can
years
do it.
ago. Yeah, I remember years ago doing a pub quiz. One of the questions was who sponsors the Six Nations, and at the time I was going past Murrayfield every day to go to work. So you would have thought I'd look out the window and go, "Oh, RBS." No, we put down Swelling Green because we had no idea.
Yeah.
Green.
I used to go to pub quizzes every so often with my dad, and our team would do very well because my dad's stupid bright. I've got weird trivia knowledge that no one should know, and like, I think I heard this once, turns out was correct. Level, like, knowledge. As soon as it came to the entertainment round, anything on soaps, we had no idea.
Yeah.
It was like, I would occasionally know movies. My dad doesn't know movies. I would occasionally get the movie questions right. If it was anything like, what is this in TV? It's like, I've got no fucking clue.
TV.
Yeah.
Though hilarious enough, I got picked for a weird quiz once. In school, there was like the book quiz. Like the inter-schools book quiz, and my class, because it was the top class, got one of you lot are gonna make a team. I was the only person who read any books, so my team lost, but I got put on the winning team anyway. I got specifically put by the teacher onto the team that won, so I could go, because they went, yeah, if you don't go, we have no chance of like getting a placement. So basically, the entire team is relying on you to win this entire book quiz with like
Help me, Jamie. You're my only hope.
50 other, yeah, it was like 50 other
Only hope.
schools versus me. On my, I did all right.
Bring it
I'll
on.
take it. I did okay. I got about half. I got about halfway in the scorings on my
That's
own.
cool.
So
That's alright.
And with that, shall we play some Dungeons and Dragons, everyone?
I mean, if you
Sure.
asked.
Maybe.
Sure, why not?
I believe we have 5 players today. The point will be over in the corner with the new NPC doing just whatever.
taming an owlbear.
Yeah,
That's
taming an
clear.
owlbear. Don't worry about it. They're doing stuff in the background. You can find out about the new NPC next week. You got plenty of newly rescued other NPCs to ask questions of. So with that, just get straight into the voice checks. Alvina, say hi.
Howdy!
Zormir, say hi.
Hi.
Fukyu, say hi.
Howdy, but quieter.
Gwent, say hi.
Even quieter.
Yeah, but you're gonna go
Damn
hide
it.
quieter.
Finally, Cult Master Lou, at least try to keep it somewhat audible.
Hi.
Alright. Welcome back to today's session, episode 56, Cults and Secret Societies, part 3. For those wondering, no, don't worry, but there isn't going to be a new twist. I just couldn't be bothered coming up with a new arc name since we're effectively just in a wrap-up episode.
Hopefully, the Einstein has been lightning bolted into buggering off for a little bit so we can get our time skip. Finally.
What, some downtime?
DM looks at the never-ending
Yeah.
list of to-do
Zombie's
things
got a
still
big
not going around
list.
to. Yeah, maybe downtime. Yeah, that's
Very.
we'll see. If I can fucking ever finish this next map. But don't worry about that. For today's session, let's worry about the fact that, you've investigated the Elven Slaver and apparently unlocked new NPCs because that seemed like the easiest thing to do. I don't know, you're getting a boon from one of them. That counts.
Yeah.
Counts as a counts reward.
We're getting a boon from a Naga.
As far as you're aware, you have at least temporarily defeated the Einsmers and sent it packing. Who knows when the DM will pull that one back out and have it bite you in the ass? But
Yeah.
the best part about having something bite you in the ass is the wait. Is the DM not bringing it back up for like 5 years, and then suddenly.
Oh yeah, it's like, by the way, it's the Einsmers. What the hell's the Einsmers? So I remember that 3 years ago, that ghost that killed
In the
Zormir.
mirrors. It's like, oh.
Oh yeah, I remember Zormir dying.
Okay, it's going to die now.
Fuck you finding that.
So, without further ado, let's get into the session. For those tuning in for the first time, I don't know, you'll pick it up. It's
You'll
episode
figure it
56.
out.
You'll figure it out. You don't need to know the context, all right?
At this point, you're willingly not knowing the context.
Exactly.
You're actively doing it out of spite at this point.
So we return to the depths of the shadow caves underneath, and probably a little bit of a distance out since you went quite far north of Shadow Cove itself, the dock district of Bastion. We've done a little bit of a time skip here. We're just going to jump ahead like 10, 20 minutes to where all the animals are now docile. You now have... I've actually forgot the name of this NPC that we just randomly gave a name to.
what,
Lucas
Zexel?
Nightfall?
Which one would be?
Oh no,
This is
not
him?
him. I meant the random cultist guy that you've convinced to your side because he
Oh,
doesn't want
that
to die.
guy! I've got his name, actually. I actually have his name. I remember writing it down.
Look,
Camrith.
Camurf.
Camrith.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
That
point typed it in.
It's
Yeah,
Listen,
okay.
Apparently a
Well, that's
34-year-old lizard man trapper who is now just going to be, I don't know, I guess your voice for the cult.
We can just get
He's
him
the
to set up.
survivor of the cult.
I know what
He
we're going to
is.
do with. I know what
Yeah.
we're going to do with him. We're going to have him set up a basically a stables here in town for when Alvina needs to change out pets because my vessel can't hold all the fucking large things that he keeps on bringing.
It's true. I should actually put Camurf's name on the thing. It's actually the only thing I forgot to do, mostly because I forgot about Camurf. I'm sorry, Camurf. You weren't
Sorry.
a planned character.
You were the guy who surrendered by that point, that gives you NPC.
Privileges.
If you surrender to us, you get NPC.
Yeah,
Congratulations, you reached the rank of NPC.
yeah.
I look
by-
forward to seeing how you do, Kimurf.
I think he'll be fine. He's definitely going to be working for us under threat of violence, which is always a good start.
Now I believe the point
Ooh,
also
I'll
actually
speak
did
to
give a
him.
name to this owl bear. What was it? Like
Angel.
Angel? Or something?
Angel.
Angel.
Which is a really good name.
Angel. There you go.
Bit of a weird name for an owlbear, but I approve. Like, good name in general. Weird choice for owlbear, but I approve.
I'm gonna keep Z-Bot's name on him.
My
Using the same icon.
dyslexia, by the way, changed it immediately to angle.
Well, that Inspector Angle. Look at his
I
eyes.
So the frog hemoth and the
Basilisk.
basilisk. I knew it started with B. I can't remember which one. Are for all intents and purposes have been put into a docile sleeping state thanks to the code words provided by Kimurf.
Yeah.
You have freed the Naga, who you will eventually learn that their name is Zexel because I've already written it on the map.
Yep.
And you're not entirely sure about freeing the what appear to be some sort of reptoid raiders until you tell me one of you can actually speak to them. They seem very hostile, or at least agitated.
Alvina would actually have used her speak with animals.
Unfortunately, they are monstrosities that have a language and speak to animals.
That's what I
will
was
not work.
asking. Does it apply to them? Because if it doesn't, then no. But she'd have used it anyway, just to probably to help talk down the frog heap and things. Spit him out.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you can do that.
She'd have activated it anyway, so it's smoothing this bit along at least.
So, if anyone has tongues or comprehend languages, do let me know, and that will access communication with the. They're called magma raiders. I'm just gonna call them magma raiders.
Just
What about
have
Awakened
it
Mind?
ready.
I can't be bothered describing them every time I have to reference
Chris,
them.
what about Awakened Mind? No?
That just requires the other person to have a language, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do speak
Pretty
magma
still.
raiders, so yeah, that will work.
Sweet.
Guessing
Um,
you still have it for having level 1 of it.
Yeah.
It is the
Alright.
default ability for Warlock, yeah. For that type of Warlock. Hell yes, Lou.
Then yes, because they do have a language. I think Magma's only supposed to have one A. You were able to use your Awakened Mind on them, and we'll do any dialogue with that through you. Where the hell did I put? Which name did I put on this one? There we go. You're with that extra A. Cool. So with that, the scene has quieted down. The caves have gone back to their silent, almost whispering, echoing, whispering silence. Got to get that in the right order. And you are now free to talk to, assume Angel and Lucas are out of the picture. Don't worry about them. They're going to be off in the corner.
Yep.
Worry about them next week. You've rescued Z-Bot. You can speak to Kimurf. You can speak to Zexel. You can speak to the Magma Raiders via Lou. And you have the two sleeping animals to discuss what you would like to do with. With that, I turn the scene over to the party.
Quick question. Did we find the shitload of sprites that are apparently around here?
Oh, yes. I also actually need to get a look table for random crap. Thank you for remembering me of that. Yes, you have found what appears to be a large crate filled with several of these small, almost like lantern-sized cages of twisted silver that contain the family of the sprite.
Then yeah, I'll let them out.
There's a little tribe of like 5 other sprites now.
Yeah, I'll let them out pretty quick, essentially, because I
Family
imagine they want.
reunion.
Yeah, but I imagine they want to quickly get out of the case as soon as possible.
Stretch their wings.
Just be reunited and
Yeah,
not
this is
slaves
getting easier.
anymore, to be honest.
Roll initiative.
So I'm gonna go. You guys just talk for a little bit, then I'll go around and ask what each one of you wants to do. So before you go interacting with the NPCs, I guess.
Okay, so do we have a plan what we're going to do with all these people?
Well, I imagine The Naga probably wants to, go about his business, to be honest. We've offered the sprites they can stay with us if they like. They don't exactly take up too much space. They can stay in my room for all we care. They're little. If they want to hang out, I'm fine with them hanging out. Has anyone else got problems with lots of little fey creatures flying around in Alvina's room?
Not in your room, but if they're going to...
I mean, can they do things like cook and clean? Because they could be like the ship's crew, essentially.
That would actually be kind of handy. They said they had a village, and I'm assuming it's not there anymore. So...
Well, we don't know that for a fact, but...
The guy said it previously, didn't he?
Wait.
I think he said his
Their
village.
village was attacked, but you're not sure what's happened to it, and they also aren't sure what happened to the remnants of it.
Okay. We can at least say they can stay with us in the meantime.
That's fine.
Yeah. And if turns out it has been completely obliterated, I'm fine with them sleeping in my room. And we can help out on the ship if they want. And things like that.
I think that Albert's adopted the point as well.
Yeah, I think it honestly has. We might have to... you said we've only got enough room for 2 giant creatures, right?
Yes.
Chris?
In the hull of the ship, yes.
Yeah. We might have to make a farm to put Gregor in.
Well,
I can release Gregor.
I mean, hiding is pretty good.
No, there's not. You don't feed it.
No.
They're semi-domesticated. Also, remember, Gregor did one hell of a number on that giant spider, so he's earned his actual, just having a nice, relaxing retirement, I think.
Are we the other one?
No! Susie's mine.
I think if you try to eat Susie, she'll eat you.
Yeah, Susie we like.
Uh,
Gregor's earned his, can just chill out time.
Surely
So,
we should speak to, I don't know, anybody important to see about releasing the Naga just to do its own business?
Well, the Naga's intelligent, so we could probably talk to the Naga. We can actually talk to him.
How about our new friend here who's decided not to work with the cultists anymore? He knows animals. He can look after things.
Exactly. I'm sure we can convince him to just open a little, this is where we dump the monsters that I have adopted that we can't fit on the ship.
Exactly.
Why don't we
Some
open a
would say
zoo?
you should stop adopting.
No.
I mean, we could open a zoo.
Now, you do have the option of either splitting the party and going to talk to different NPCs. However, I know you guys, and you're going to want to chime into whatever conversation is happening regardless. So I would recommend of just pick one NPC to start with, and as a party, just go through the people you want to discuss.
Yeah. Which one should we start with, guys?
The most dangerous animal.
Do we start with the highly intelligent... Should we start with the highly intelligent giant snake? First?
Well, you're going to have to translate for us. I
think it might be able to speak common.
Can you speak common?
Yeah, can you speak common?
Yes.
Yeah, see?
Okay.
It's like...
That helps.
To note, one of the options is also to loot the place. So you can
I'm
decide to
assuming
do
we're gonna
that
do that.
first or at the
I
end.
was going to speak to everybody first and then.
Yeah, let's loot the room afterwards. Let's sort this stuff out first. I think is a good bet.
Yeah.
Also gives you time to get the loot tables up.
Oh, it's already up. I've got a nice little selection here.
Hell yeah.
I mean, if fuck you isn't really bothered about talking to these guys, he would be going around ransacking everything.
Well, yeah, you could do that, and then you'll get the results at the end.
Yeah.
And I send Z-Bot with fuck you. Because he...
If you, he has high perception. Yeah, sure, he can keep up.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys want to talk
No. Bad idea.
Zexel.
Why?
Zebot will just
So
do everything.
No, it's more like adding chaos to chaos.
Exactly.
I'm fine with it.
He points everything out, and then they just split the loot between them.
Yeah, everything just goes into Fucky's bag.
There you go, Zexy.
And I've got pockets as well.
So, as the
What
party
happened to
head
the
over
squeezing of chaos?
to the giant serpentine creature, you get a good glance at it for the first time, mostly because the DM finally has a goddamn picture of this thing up. And you notice that it seems to have almost onyx black scales to it, with stripes of this crimson red, kind of striping its body all the way up to its head, with almost a humanoid-like face. As you taking the picture of a spirit naga.
Spirit Naga. Okay, I was curious what kind it was. Hey there, you doing alright? I'm assuming Alvina basically just ripped the front off the cage to let it out and broke any chains that were on it.
Sounds
Yep,
about right.
sounds about right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Now that I am no longer bound, I am doing considerably better. Thank you.
Ah, it's a pleasure to hear it, honestly. I don't like seeing anything in cages, honestly.
Then why'd you keep on putting them on my ship?
It's not a cage.
Still a small vessel.
Can we get them out?
I see. Not all morsels of food are as cruel as those who captured me.
Yeah, they're pretty much, well, they were. I glance at the pile of just smears on the ground, which we're currently standing in, I've just realised.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, those were,
Kind of figured you were winding up
Some
for
of-
one of those.
it's, yeah.
And who do I have to thank for my saviorship?
Salvina Alenor. Pleasure to meet you.
So, Mia.
Pleasure.
Lou.
Thank
Just
you.
shakes his head, mouth stipped.
And that is
Fair
our
enough.
that is our doctor.
And the
I
little
am
chaos monster over there is fuck you.
And I am Spirit Warrior's exile.
Spirit Warrior. I'm gonna write that down because that is a cool title. It might be noteworthy later.
Now you can have that added to your titles. It's too long already.
No. I have to earn the titles, remember.
I know.
Yeah,
Don't ask for her titles.
I wasn't planning on saying all my titles. Yeah,
Yeah, we've
happy
only
to
got
help
3
out.
hours.
Yeah, happy to help out, honestly. And the Spirit Warrior, that's an interesting title.
Yes. It is. Is that your question? Is that you just commenting on my title?
Yeah, it was kind of leading into if you want to explain it, but I'm fine if you don't.
If you have a question, Morsel, speak it.
How did you get the title of Spirit Warrior?
It is a title granted to those who fight for the northern kingdom of the great Jukan.
Northern Kingdom of how the fuck do you spell that?
Not important for the moment. I'll spell it at the end. But you have done a great service for the great Jukan. And with that, I am indebted with you. But a great spirit warrior such as myself must always repay their debts, even to morsels. So with that, I will grant each of you a boon. Either a gift of knowledge, a gift of protection, or some other minor request. If it is off my capability to grant, I shall.
Went heard protection and's moving forward a little bit.
Yeah, Gwent is
Yeah.
now slightly
Protection,
more
you
like,
say?
okay. Okay.
It seems the best option.
Hey, that's very generous.
Spirit warrior, while I may not be as proficient as some of the great serpentine mages, I have sufficient arcane knowledge to grant most minor adjustments.
Oh, well, thank you. I would gladly accept a protection, but boot of protection, please.
And speak. What are you weak to, young morsel? What is it that you fear from the great unknown?
I wouldn't say she fears much, but
But
Losing all my pets.
What vulnerability then do you possess that must be bolstered?
my
Intelligence.
don't you dare. No, I could use greater durability generally if that is acceptable. Basically asking for armor if that is a possibility one. That I can't wear armor.
As the great spirit raises its head, you can see its eyes glowing with a deep red crimson as the DM consults the table of boons.
Hey.
But while the snake's doing that, it gives you something of relevant of whatever I find here, and moves on to the next of you. Presumably Zormir, because I'm just going with what's on the map. And you? What do you wish of the great spirit warrior Zexal?
that is a question. I'm kind of trying to build relations with every race in this sphere, so I can maybe foster a relation so not everyone's trying to eat noids or kill noids or enslave or So I don't know if there's anything you could do at regards.
I shall consult the great spirits and let you know. And you? Whichever one of the three wants to be next.
Quick Lou ran forward.
Yeah,
I
Lou
did.
just stage dives in front of the.
A loop. Not this cult, but another cult. Hey, how do you do?
Independent cult.
Go for it.
Cult of the Brothers Grimm. Could I be better at?
There's like knowledge and things as well, which is always a fun one.
What were the options again? Sorry.
You can either ask for knowledge that Zexo possesses, and he will tell you, to the best of his ability, some piece of information that you want to know. He can either give you effectively a small magical boon that I have a table of. You can also just roll randomly on the table if you would like. Or some other homebrewy thing that you want, if you want like a favor in the future, or something else you want him to do that's within his powers to grant.
I'm gonna roll randomly.
Ooh, always fun. Go for the chaos, Lou. Lou's gonna get fire resistance again, somehow.
As for I gotta actually go through these before I forget them. As for Alvina, it doesn't actually have any pluses to defense, but it has a couple defense-like stuff, such as 3 times a day you can use a reaction to turn any critical hit against you into a normal hit.
Ooh.
Which looks pretty good. You have stuff like not having disadvantage on armor and stuff that I don't really think would apply to you.
I don't wear armor, yeah.
Yeah, like proficiency in armors and stuff. There is proficiency in saving throw and a skill you don't already have. Stuff like that.
Could offer you some roids.
Your like maximum hit points can't be reduced. Any of these sounding appealing to you?
A couple of them actually. Either the proficiency in a saving throw or the negate a crit a certain number of times per day does sound pretty good.
Give some thought between those two.
Yeah.
Well, I quickly also remember, Zormir, you wanted something that would help you kind of get the races aligned, right?
Yeah.
Diplomacy.
Actually,
Yeah.
could you just get diplomacy?
I mean,
as a
there is
proficiency that goes on there?
the oh, what is it? There is a thing for that.
Actually, that was the thing. Was it a saving throw and a skill, or was it one or the other?
Oh, sorry, it was one or the other.
It was one or the other. Okay, I just wanted to that.
Proficiency and intelligence saves.
No, I'm not too bothered about intelligence saves. I like having a big weakness like that. I was thinking possibly wisdom saves or dex saves, though. That could be useful. But they
You're
can't.
not quite Dexy though.
I am quite dexy, but being very dexy is handy.
I'm sure there's
Oh,
something
yeah.
like a call to arms boon or something.
Maybe I'm not
Actually, I
using the standard D&D ones.
Yeah, they reduces crits one isn't a standard one. Otherwise, that would be taking a lot more. I think I'll go for the reduce crits one. How many times is it?
3 a day.
3 a day.
3 times a day. So yeah. It does require action. So as a reaction, turn any critical hit against you into a normal hit. You can use this ability 3 times a day.
Okay. Was it got a name?
No, they're
Okay.
just it just had. Oh, I was actually gonna give this a name. This is the boon of the Great Serpentine Spirit.
Great. So
Because I gotta tie this into its back lore.
yeah.
As for Zormir, I see a couple on here that might be of interest in you. When you hear a new language, there is a 50% chance that you become proficient in that language.
Mm-hmm.
Just outright. Damn.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
To be fair, you aren't aware of if there's any downsides to any of these, by the way.
Well, my one, regardless, and most of these, I'm fine with the downside.
Or how long they last, or if there's any criteria for which you may be removed from you.
Yeah, I assume there's a way to.
You
Probably
hear,
assume that if you go against the Great Spirit or something.
Yeah, that's what I assume.
you hear from the background. Ask for gold.
But there's a proficiency in a save that you don't already have, a skill. There's a 20% chance that you could see through any illusion. Resting, you need 1 hour less during a long rest and can rest in armor without penalties.
That
would
actually
be-
wouldn't be
yeah.
too bad for you.
So you never actually have to take your armor off.
Yeah.
I can don it and doff it.
Ooh.
I was
Any-
thinking
Easy.
Any ship you are on board has favorable winds in the sail and can move at maximum speed.
Gwent, that seems pretty good for you, Gwent.
But he needs to learn to fly first. Fly the boat
Yeah.
first. There's still a bit of training, I think.
The
Uh.
sleeping armor wouldn't be too bad for Gwent as well, because he's got a medium, right?
He's got the hero
Yeah, but
armor.
I am not that fussed about that because it's not like when ever really takes the arm off for long, regardless.
Yeah, it's
But
just
I
sleeping.
sleep in armor. I just sleep terribly.
Plus, Gwent's
Oh, you
going
just
to
get the
be as far
fatigues.
away as
Just get all
possible.
the fatigues. Yikes.
And my armor can be donned and doffed in an action.
Yeah, yours
Oh.
is relevant.
Mine's is irrelevant.
What boon appeals to you, Metal Man?
And maybe a bit of an ask. Have you got any boons that can help people bond?
You can help people bond.
Fuck does that mean?
Building
Stick them all together.
Oh yeah, I was
Like-
gonna
You
say
asked-
that's very monkey paw.
Yeah, I was about to say you. That is, I'm going to make Cronenberg's as a potential in that list. Why do you just
Like-
ask for persuasion proficiency or something? That makes sense, right? Like that.
it's. I'm thinking more of building sort of bond with everyone and sort of
You've asked for something very
Symbol.
esoteric here.
Yeah.
something kind of Yeah, no, it's kind of vague. I'm just trying. He's not quite sure what he's asking for. He's kind of
Are you asking
looking
for +1 charisma?
I don't know.
It sounds like you're
He's
asking for +1 charisma.
I'm looking for things to make, like, help make allies and sort of keep them, not be like just word of mouth.
Oh, I don't know if this is on the list, GM, but I've just thought of one which might be that. Could Zorme get can cast tongues a certain number of times per day for free?
No,
That
it is
kinda
on-
works
it
for
is
that,
on the
right?
list. Yeah. You can cast tongues once per day.
Okay.
That works for like building relations because you can once per day for free. You can just go, I can speak language.
Yeah, but then you've also got the 50% chance of being proficient in just a random language that you hear.
Unless that was a different one.
That was
Yeah, that was one of the.
Yeah, it's a
boon.
different boon.
Yeah.
But that one sounds a bit better than just casting
That one's-
tongues.
I'm assuming the proficiency isn't permanent.
You don't know.
I'd assume it.
So,
doesn't.
assume
Otherwise,
away.
that is insane. That's what I'm going on assuming. That would be insane.
But what I could also do, technically unrelated to the boon that might be of interest in you, but it would probably be a future thing. There are noids where I come from. Little morsels that hide and take shelter in the temple lands, those cursed ruins at the central nexus of our realm. I can also offer you an audience with the great Chukan, though I make no promises to any favorable outcome.
That's not bad.
Oh, you're getting an audience with them.
Getting an audience with the person in charge of this one. You do want to make allies. That's not a bad one.
I mean, the outcome.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
outcome could be anything. We could get
Yeah.
eaten, but it's the
Audience
audience, which is hard to get, I assume. So, which is-
Yeah,
An
they're
audience
solid
would-
for so long.
that audience doesn't sound too bad, but I need to actually study up on what some of your customs and culture, so I don't offend. I wouldn't want to walk in and
Get Ian
Wait.
before I've said anything.
upset
That's-
your.
I can do a boon of serpentine knowledge for when you set foot upon our realm. It shall come to you and package its ideas, allowing you expertise in the customs and ways of the Izeal realm.
Sounds good.
I accept.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Then take this, the boon of the Izeal Master. And know that when you set foot upon the realm, you will know how to contact me. And there your audience with the great Chukan shall await.
Nice. Bone.
Meh.
Bone!
Bone of the eyes.
I know I was going to misspell it.
You did get 3
Boom.
of the words correct. Don't worry.
That's really dark on my screen for some reason.
It's not on
Sure.
mine, but I've got it in night mode
Yeah, I mean,
intentionally.
yeah. Mine's in.
You mean
my
the
chat's in-
text is
yeah,
dark?
Yeah.
Oh, you're getting that bug that we had ages ago when they did like an update where it was
Mm.
like, oh yeah, it changes all the text to black
Yeah.
when you're in night mode. Ah! Not gonna lie, that actually kind of made me jump before I screamed. I screamed on a delayed scream, but I didn't actually jump from that clock. The fuck? Who sets an alarm for 20 to 7 on a Friday?
good question.
Help me find the answer.
Honestly, it sounded probably like a doorbell, honestly. Honestly, I'm kind of happy with the reduce a critical. I honestly thought Zormi was going to go for that one as well, considering crits are one of the few things that can hurt you.
Meh.
He just starts himself.
Main one is as well, I know what feat I'm going for when we hit level 12. So it was like, when it was resistance, it was like, I don't really need resistance. Resistance I'm good on when we hit next level.
But as
That's
a little
deployed.
bit of knowledge before then, because I do actually have it up and I might as well. Zormir, as this magic washes over you, you are able to picture your position in the cosmos from the map that you saw. I think it was Cinderbeard or Sherwood that had a map out.
Sherwood had a map, definitely. Cinderbeard might have also had a map, but Sherwood definitely had one.
You recognize your position in the Scraplands on the central realm of Salvos, the floating continent, but you also now become intimately familiar and aware of the continent just north of you. The continent known as Izeal, a wet and warm tropical land, brimming with jungles, constantly in the thralls of war between the four great kingdom, and you become aware of peoples in the central land and what is commonly referred to as the cursed ruins of the Temple Lands.
Hell yes.
I feel Alvina wants to go there immediately.
Look, thing is, serpent species living in big ass jungles, that just screams to me dinosaurs.
You just want to bring out your ultimate T-Rex again.
I want a T-Rex. Yeah, I want a T-Rex.
I mean, in the ultimate T-Rex we turned you into
You
once.
did turn me into an ultimate T-Rex.
Plus, trying to get a T-Rex wouldn't be a bad thing.
It would actually be very handy. They're very, very useful for various tasks. We
That's,
have a T-Rex.
Yeah.
that is a plotline for another day.
Yes.
As we return back to the shadowy world of the Shadow Caves.
I also really, really hope that my immediate gut instinct for what I think will be in that area is also true, because there's a monster that I've wanted to see for so long in a game and I've never seen it. I might actually send it to Chris just to say, please, one of these. I don't even care who it is.
Is it a
That's fair.
kobold?
No, it's very big. I'll see if I can find
It's
it.
3 in a trench coat.
Continue. I'll send the name of it to Chris.
But you get the boon of the Isil Master for the boon of the great serpentine spirit. But
Sorry, no, you can have the bone of it if you want.
Lou, you said that you were gonna randomly roll, right?
Yes.
All right,
You
roll
got it,
me
Lou.
a D50.
Ooh.
I just think the top 50 are the more interesting ones.
Yeah, it's cool.
The other ones are all right, but they pretty much just allow you to cast a spell.
38.
38. Ooh, appropriate.
What did he get?
Gain 4 colts.
You want the great spirit to guide your hand. A wise request. One that very few take the privilege of answering. After all, the great spirit knows all and can see our serpentine path ahead. It may not always be clear why they have gifted you, but they will always gift you what you need. The spirit provides. As you seem to get almost a shiver over your body, as for a moment your skin feels slightly waxy until you begin to return to normal. and you get the innate knowledge that you now seem to have resistance to acid damage.
Handy. Lou is immune to alchemists at the moment, by the way. He's resistant to alchemy because he's resistant to acid and resistant to fire.
Fire.
Yeah.
I can send an alchemist at him. He's over there.
That is very generous of you. Thank you very much.
Be wary. It means that acid is in your future. Looks at the rest of the party.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You're suckers.
Alvina might try to eat him one day.
I'm saying, it's like, I'm waiting for the Alvina's gonna eat him joke.
And he almost got eaten by that toad over there.
He
as well.
did! This, Lou, stay away from the froggy mouth.
Now, what of the rest of you? How may the Great Spirit reward you for freeing its loyal warrior, Zaxal? Yes.
I think I had the goblin shout about gold.
Now,
When's he not
Constitution!
shouting about gold?
Huh?
Already shiny.
What was that?
Go to Constitution!
He wants the Constitution. I don't know who's written the Constitution, but
So it'd be like a proficiency in concepts.
Toughness. That'd be really good for you, actually. That would be very good for you.
He wants a stronger constitution or gold.
Well, there's the option of getting proficiency in Constitution saving throws if you would like.
I'd say that'd be really, really
Yeah.
handy for fuck you. You've got a lot of good concentration saves, and it comes up a lot.
The only other two, which I just think are great flavor, are either no one can steal from you. They will always either find nothing or anything they take reappears where they took it.
Oh.
Or merchants will never overcharge you for goods and services and may sometimes offer you deals.
They never do anyway. He
Ooh.
steals it.
Given the option for no one can steal from me.
That is really good as well.
Yeah.
That is
Flavor
very
wise,
fluffy.
yeah.
It is very fluffy.
Flavor wise, definitely that.
Yeah. I get that.
Not 20 on a
You
sleight of hand. Like, hey, get off. That's mine.
you might be able to get Constitution elsewhere,
Yeah,
right?
Elsewhere, but
This
people
is
not being
fun.
able to, people not being able to steal from me. I am the safest person in the world.
Is that what's it called? You know the Top Gear bit? This is brilliant.
But
But
I like these.
this.
He has become the uncrackable safe.
Uncrappable. He is uncrappable.
Yep.
Is that when he's constipated?
Yeah. I'll
He's
take
permanently
I'll take the anti-steal boon.
That is fun. I really like that.
Zebo hears you say that. He goes, I wish I had that too.
I can't steal Zebot. Does that count? If Zebot gets it, does Zebot become immune to being stolen again?
Oh, God, I wish I had that a couple sessions ago. Would have saved this whole plot arc. DM looks back. Good thing they didn't have that, because I would have had to figure out a backup plan.
Yeah.
Before Mia puts the ship into fuck you's name, does that mean the ship is unstealable?
Yeah, the ship teleports back to fuck you if it gets nicked.
Oh, that could be very dangerous. Vump. Is there a ship on me?
I mean,
The
that
thing is,
what
Fucky
happens when...
believes he can fly the ship as well.
Oh no, Fucky can fly the ship. You can't land it.
Yeah, Alvina's the one that can fly and land it. Like, she's alright. Zome just doesn't trust it anymore after too many incidents of chasing animals down, I imagine, through the sky.
No, you're not allowed to at the helm anymore.
Like, Alvina, perfectly proficient, perfectly able to do it, but gets distracted.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
Look
a
at that
nice
cost.
bird. Yeah, that's a nice
fine
bird.
now.
Wonder where that's going.
Yeah, I'm following it. I want that bird. I want that bird. Alvina!
Finally, the serpentine spirit turns to Gwent. And you? Yes.
Courage.
Gwent gets the boon of being undigestible.
What can the great serpentine spirit reward you with, small morsel of food?
10 more feet of movement.
Do you
I was
have
thinking speed.
anything that can let me help people from further back?
No, but I do have this dark vision thing you may fucking want at this point.
He's already got the
Oh,
goggles.
we've got all the
I-
goggles.
like-
now.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
We
you
got
do
my
have the
goggles.
now.
We got like 5 pairs of goggles. Actually, every single one of these cultists was human has goggles. We have so many.
Yeah, just got a jacket full of spare goggles.
Yeah, it was
Like
like
a
a
dodgy
race
selling
of
at the market.
defense we had.
Gonna buy some goggles.
Let's see. There is you can stand up from prone with only 5 feet of movement.
That's not bad for you, actually. Because it's normally half your movement, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I still get 40 foot if it's half.
Yeah, but instead you get like 85 foot.
After each long rest, you can choose what color your hair and/or eyes have changed to while resting.
All right, that'll be the that'll be the point.
So
That'll be the
yeah.
point.
Your skin tone or color has a tendency to change with your mood. This can range from subtle to extreme.
Gwent is
mid-skin.
permanently yellow. Gwent is permanently yellow.
When you roll hit dice for healing, you may re-roll any ones you've rolled. You must keep the new result.
That's good.
We barely roll hit dice though for healing.
All healing magic cast on you may re-roll any ones, but it's only if it's cast on you. So it's not as good.
That'd be good for Alvina specifically. But
Anytime you receive temporary hit points, you can gain extra 1d4. Let's see. And you wanted this specifically to help other people, right?
Well, really what I'm looking for metagaming wise is kind of spell sniper. That kind of vibe.
like,
Just so I
increases
can
the
do
range of
stuff
spells by 30
From
feet.
further away, so I can still stay way far away from trouble, but still
I
help.
can heal from a distance
Yeah,
Like touch spells
the-
become 30 feet, kind of.
rather than damage from
Yeah.
a distance.
I don't have a lot of damage, but to help the idiots in
Yeah,
the front
but it's
from
obviously
further
spell
away.
sniper. Yeah, it's damage.
Is it only damage spells for spell sniper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's spells that have an attack.
Specifically,
attack.
specifically an
Yeah.
attack roll.
Oh, well, that's useless then, because I don't have anything that has that apart from, well, spiritual weapon, which is trash.
Oh, I know one that'd be quite fluffy, if you could manage it. You know, there's that Eldritch Invocation that basically gives you Ice Block when you get hit that you can activate, which basically gives you a bunch of free temporary hit points. You become immobile and just a big block of ice that protects you. That'd be a fun one for Gwen.
So a bit like
I
Armor of
mean,
Agathis.
Kind of, it's like as a reaction.
It's
Instant
Tomb of
just
Just turn
Leviathan.
into an ice cube.
Leviathus. Leviticus.
Leviticus.
Levistius.
Tomb of
It's-
Leviticus.
Yeah, it's the ice demon realm, I believe, in standard D&D or something like
As an action, you can transform up to a pint of liquid into holy water twice a day.
The
Fuck
point should
you!
have that to get
Fuck-
him holy
Fuck you,
mayonnaise.
Junior! Fuck you, Junior!
Yeah. If we
I don't
ever
know
find
Junior,
him
and I
again.
do not care about Junior, so...
You met Junior.
No,
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't.
You have.
No, he's not.
No, he has. Met him in the tower.
No, I didn't go in the tower.
No.
You did.
I didn't.
No, you did towards the end.
When we left...
You fell in.
No, you fell
And you
into
lot
the
went
tower,
in.
remember? I
Hello,
had to
Travis.
rest-
Oh
Oh,
yeah, it was in the pit.
Yeah,
You might
I don't
have
think they
caught
actually
him
ever
at the
met
end.
Junior while in there, though.
we did. Junior also got trapped in and walked out. Very briefly for Gwen. But he had seen Junior at least.
Yeah, because Junior was hiding from me as I was threatening.
And then he
him.
he negotiated from us because I went, what? Well, okay, I'll put down these like 30 stakes that I've got. He went, I have another
The
request.
garlic ones at that.
Yeah. I have another rule.
Fortunately, there does not look to be anything that can expand or increase the distance of your healing spells.
Ah, shit.
Fair enough. Is there... Now, initiative doesn't really affect me because I don't really attack.
Unless you took
I was
something
thinking-
from sorcerers, the distance spell.
Yeah,
Oh,
what
is that-
about
Distance,
yeah, magical adepts thing?
Magical adept thing.
Yeah, the thing where you can take spells
And
from
meta
other
magic.
classes. Yeah, yeah.
There's a meta magic adept ability which lets you get basically one meta magic from the sorcerer and basically enough sorcery points to cast it once, but you can only use those sorcery points for that. Something like that. I can't remember
Oh, I
exactly.
was thinking like the bard thing where you can choose a spell from another casting source list or spell list.
Oh.
That could be pretty good. Like not the choose a spell because I think the meta magic one.
Mhm.
Yeah,
the
'cause there-
sorcerer adept.
Is it sorcerer adept? I know that is definitely one, which is basically you get one use of a
Yeah.
meta magic per like
Thi-
long rest.
things like
but it comes
subtle
down to
spell and twin spell and things like that.
enhanced
Empowered.
spell, all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. Like twin spell would be amazing. on a healer.
Heightened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What also might be maybe interested to you is as a bonus action, you can choose one creature within 30 feet of you that you can see. For 1 minute, if either of you try to touch the other, including melee attacks, then they will instead be pushed back 5 feet. You can do this once per day.
Okay, that seems pretty useful for Gwen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who's going to be 30
Yeah,
feet
nobody-
away from
yeah.
Gwen?
Runs
Yeah.
past the big bad and goes, "No, you're not
Teleporters.
allowed to touch me."
You never know if something is faster than Gwen. He's fast, but he's not the
Mhm.
fastest thing in the world.
I mean, give me time.
Yeah, exactly. Give you time. But
So, what did you say, Chris?
Just the pushback 5 feet. There are obviously resistances and proficiency in saves and stuff.
Oh, what is Oh God, who are they? Do the slavers use one particular type of damage?
piercing.
No, the my slavers,
Oh, the
the Monstro Guild. Do they use one particular type of damage mostly?
Probably physical.
Yeah,
They tend to be mostly monstrosities or remnants from other
Actually,
groups.
That is actually a good story reason.
Yeah, it's...
Be resistant to what your torturers used on you a lot.
because
Oh, they use brands on you,
so
don't they?
much.
They use brands on you,
Mm.
didn't they? That's fire resist.
Although I don't actually think they have physical resistance here. I think it's only the standard elemental.
Yeah, the
uh,
physical resist are crazy, like high tier boons. I think the max tier boon, like the god boons, those are the ones that can give you physical resistances.
You can also be immune to all magical diseases, or all.
Non-magical diseases.
Wait, you're immune to all magical diseases, but not non-magical diseases.
Oh,
Interesting.
There's another one that is you are immune to all forms of non-magical diseases. Apparently,
Oh.
that's two different ones. Interesting.
That makes sense, I suppose. Magical diseases.
You're immune to whatever bullshit the DM is throwing at you, but you'll still die of the common cold.
You'll die
Yeah.
of flu, but you're
Because, you know-
immune to like
No paracetamol. Penicillin, sorry.
yeah.
you become just as rabid as any other creature, but you're completely immune to godpox.
Yeah. Unless you've got a shitload of mold on you.
There's also your max hit points can't be reduced, which could be good
Ooh.
depending on the scenario.
They're always handy. I was
Especially if
debating.
the DM
doing
starts
that.
throwing shadows at you.
Yep. Fuck
Note to
shadows.
self,
No,
put
shadows
shadows
is
away.
shadows is strength reduced. The other thing. There's something else that reduces max hit points, isn't there?
So I'm thinking of like a medical. There's a medical doctor stat block I once saw that I want to use at some point that like steals your health.
Oh, it's vampires. Vampires are the
Yeah.
one that reduce max health.
Yeah.
Do you want to be immune to vampires?
Yeah.
Which,
Actually,
you
yeah,
know,
well, actually,
junior.
that technically gives you immune to vampirism, actually, like flat, because vampirism is your hit points are reduced to 0 by a vampire bite, which, like, your max hit points reduced to 0 from a vampire bite is what gives you vampirism.
Which means Lucas can't
Oh,
turn on you.
Actually, just because earlier you were terrified of giving him your name, you are invisible to fey creatures and they can never learn your name.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yes,
That is
yes, that
pretty
one.
nice.
That's the one. Good.
Question.
I
That
mean,
doesn't count me, right?
that yeah. If we ever go to the Fantasia or whatever, that would be very useful.
Yeah.
Technically, there's no Fantasia in this world, the specific fey realm in the main sphere. There's just well, it's because all the realms just got like blown up and then like resorted, so there's like chunk segments, so fey are just kind of scattered all over the place now.
Okay.
Yeah, you said the Fae are basically the free agents, didn't you? Of the lots, they're kind of in every faction. Everyone likes the Fae, and nobody likes the Fae.
So with fuck you's new boon, if we were to encounter any Fae,
You two do the
would
negotiating.
he be safe? Because you can't steal his name.
I'll figure out later.
That's a concept. But it means his name will appear back with him, so they can steal it temporarily, but they'll forget it after about 5 minutes.
Yeah, because they just think it's an insult.
Yeah. Hang on, that
It's like,
can't
oh,
be
he's
his
just
real
being
name.
impudent.
Yeah, he's just being
But for the final time, Zexel rears his head. His eyes glow with a golden red crimson color, and he looks down. At some point, he does the point, but we'll deal with that next week.
Yeah.
We'll retcon that.
Well, he did it to the point earlier because the point
Yeah.
asked for what they wanted.
You have each been gifted a boon from the great serpentine spirit for helping rescue the humble spirit warrior servant Zexal.
It is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Again.
Thank you very much.
Now, if it's all the same with you, this place gives me the headache, and I have a long trek home.
Safe journey.
Safe travels. Hopefully see you again in the future.
And
He's
with
like,
that, this
"No, if I can help it."
large serpentine monstrosity begins slithering away.
Yep. I was meaning maybe see him in the future because
The audience.
honestly we might end up going to where he lives, essentially, which means that he made it back safely if we see him again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isil. The tropical scrapyard island of Isil.
Which I have got a great. I'm really hoping my mental picture of the place is correct because I've got a. I'm imagining like Amazon rainforest at the height of the Aztec Empire, but with dinosaurs. It's a great concept, and I really hope I'm right.
I hope it is too, because if it's not, you're going to be devastated.
Yeah. I've also just realized I just described Lustria from Warhammer Fantasy, which I'm also cool with.
Okay, next.
I'd say next we really should deal with the Magma Raiders. As much as I want to talk to the sprites, they're going to be like very thankful and.
There'll be plenty of time for that.
I think we should deal with the Magma Raiders before they get pissed because we're ignoring them.
From the background, you just hear him fucking going, "Ah, go!"
Yeah, great. Found something.
Yeah, because Z-Bot tried to steal something from fuck you.
Like teleported back into fuck you's pocket. Right.
It's because Zebot's having fun just telling him where things are.
Right, Lou, we need you here.
Translation, please.
Attention! This is all the Magma Raiders. Lou, can you do me a favor and ask them... Actually, just, first of all, you don't happen to speak or understand Common, do you? Thought not. Okay. Lou, you can still talk to people's brains, can't you?
Yes, I can.
Can you get through to any of these?
I shall try. Whether they'll respond or not, I don't know, but I will give it a go.
What are you gonna say? How are you gonna start this conversation off?
Oh, I thought Albino was going to say, can you ask this?
Oh no, I was gonna say that. I mean, the first part is you ask something that indicates that yes, they can understand you and are willing to. This is on you.
Oh, okay.
I'll help you out with. I'll go with the other bits, but
I
we can
thought that
all
was just the
bounce together.
prelude to you going, it's like, can you ask them this? Yeah, Lou would telepath to them and say, can you speak common?
You get a mental response back that is being translated by your telepathy. Oh, what the fuck is that? Great voice in the sky, is that you?
They think Lou is God.
Yes, I am the great voice in the sky.
Help us smite our enemies! Free us from this cage!
Yes, me and my friends can do that.
Yes.
What are they saying, Lou? We need you to talk to us too.
They seem to be responding
Hang
to
on.
your brain, Lou. You okay?
They believe I'm like a sort of god to them, and asking
Again?
if I'm here to free them.
Oh,
I'm out of
tell
here
them,
again.
wait. If they say you're a god, tell them that the god's physical form is you
Gwen.
standing immediately in front of them here, so I don't open this cage and they attack you. Or me, to be honest.
They asked if I would help them kill their enemies.
Who are their enemies? This is a
I'm
very
just about
important...
to ask that. Like, who would your enemies be? Because they may be my enemies as well.
I don't mean to be disrespectful, God, but shouldn't you know this? Aren't you omniscient? Isn't that what the prayers speak of?
Look, I'm
What
a
did they
very
say?
busy man. I can't deal with every little thing.
I can't deal with every single enemy. I've got a lot of enemies. Which specific ones are you worried about?
Ones that I may see good may not be good to you.
Oh, the wise God. I guess
I've
those
noticed a lot of
that
bad people
have
around here.
trapped us. Those who have stolen us from our homeland.
Okay.
I mean, they're already dead, but
Most of them are. We didn't kill the lot.
These fleshy strangers.
We are not enemies. Tell them we're not enemies, Lou.
They're my friends.
No, we are. This group here are, not the ones that caged them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, all you guys are my friends to them. Look, they will not harm you.
But they are not of our shell.
I think I might have a
No.
few pieces of shell somewhere.
But I've seen what they've been able to do
Hey,
to
Gwen,
bigger foes.
how
They are
long did you
naked
give
and nude and without colouring.
Only one of us is naked and without... Actually, I'm not without colouring. But
Other than that one. That one is of the Blue Clan.
Gwent, how long did you give it before they messed this up?
Which one of us is from the blue
4
clan?
more sentences.
I'm genuinely curious as to which one of us is from the blue
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure that as well.
clan.
They have an oppressive carapace? Carapace. Where the hell is
Looking
Shell's
at
called?
me.
yeah.
Oh, it's so man.
They think he's a bug.
They think he's a bug. He does kind of look like a bug, to be honest.
Lou will turn around and say to Zormir, it's like, Zormir, they think you are an enemy.
What?
It's-
I don't think they do. I think they think he's one of them, but from like a different tribe.
They think you're a strange version of them.
Alvina bursts out laughing.
And
You
I
hear,
don't give it long before you mess this up.
I was gonna say you probably
Tell
hear
them
fuck you cackling from the background as well.
Yeah.
if we're gonna let them out, we have to convince them not to kill us, or we're just going to have to kill them. I would rather not, because it's
Honestly, more effort than it's worth to kill him, to be honest.
I don't want to kill them either because they do seem nice.
Do they?
But I'm sure I can convince them.
We are not
convince them not a
enemies.
threat, and they can
Leave
go about the
peacefully.
where.
Leave
The
peace.
blue man says that they're free. I don't know.
You're the
I'm
voice.
not.
You're the voice of God, Lou. You say that they're free as long as they don't attack anyone here,
And they
And-
can go home.
and they can go home through that tunnel. Pointing at the tunnel that the Naga went,
Naga went through, yeah.
which I assume is the exit that doesn't leave into town. With no knowledge of what actually is that direction, she assumes Naga had some idea of where he was going.
I can free you as long as you promise not to attack any of us. And you can go back to your house and live your normal life.
Say with
How-
your blessing. Cultists love that.
And you will go with my greatest blessings.
Oh, divine voice in the sky, may I be your humble servant and ask but one question?
You may.
Which way is home?
That is a very fair question.
Live points
are-
to the corner.
We are in darkness. The light has been stolen from us. We do not know where we go.
Oh, they don't
It
have
is
dark
so
vision.
cold here.
I
You
have an
shall
answer.
carry
I have an answer. I scoop up a bunch of the eyes of night vision that the human cultists have that aren't damaged, and I'll be handing them out after I've.
What are they saying?
They can't see in the dark.
They are unable to see in darkness, but we can give them.
Are you
They-
sure they're saying that they can't see in darkness, or they're not just lost?
Also, possibly
No.
that, but they might also. They probably also can't see in the dark.
They don't know which direction they're going because they can't see.
Anyone know where these things originally came from? Addressing the general room.
They look like bugs.
Um,
But what do they? What exactly was the description again? They basically look kind of like the swamp raiders we saw, but kind of orangier. Was the major bit, right?
And with lobster claws. They are almost part insectoid, part amphibian in their design. They almost look like a dried mud version of the swamp raiders, but with large pincer claws and red and brown colorings.
They look like they live in like hotter environments than the swamp raiders, so they're probably something similar to that. So honestly, if we just like give them a vague that way direction and point them towards like Iron Core, they might find it if they walk long enough and don't get killed by something.
I
So at which
give
point,
you each a device that will help you see in the dark.
at which point Camurf comes forward sheepishly. How the hell do I do a lizard man voice again?
It was
Yes,
kind of
ma'am.
hissy, but kind of like
Yes.
Done with his job.
Yes, I've got the inventory here. Apparently these are magma raiders. It looks like they were taken from the ribs.
that's a bit of a way to walk.
Yes, they were bought off of a traveling black market ship.
Do
Okay.
you know anywhere that they'd not exactly like the ribs, but do you know anywhere in the general continent that we can just go over there and live there? That wouldn't be the worst terrain for them.
Oh no, that's look, I trap creatures and I skin animals. I don't know anything about conservation efforts.
Alvina, come over here.
Yo. I walk over.
So I
to
can
them.
have a quieter word. Oh.
Yep.
We do have the fire giant people if we could.
I was
We send-
thinking that. But that
send
is a
them the-
really bad idea.
I know, but if
Because they can't speak common.
Hmm.
So they'd get either enslaved again
More than likely.
or killed.
so this one's
It's
a
a
very difficult one.
50-50. Neither is a good outcome.
'Cause I'm not sure if I could fly them to the Mix's rib. I don't know how well the ship would handle the heat.
We could get to Imix's rib fine. Alvina says way too casually.
Oh yeah, we can definitely
No.
be there, get there really easily.
That at you.
Well, while you have this conversation, the DM's going to get more water, so we're going to take 5 there.
Yeah, sure. I think we'll just be bickering. Honestly,
I don't want to fly to the rib and burn the ship up. It's being fireproofed in the cargo bay for your damn blizzards, not for
not for the
a rib.
external. Not for the external yet. Yeah, we do need more metal for that.
And the only metal I have disappears with heat.
Yeah. I've got an idea.
What?
That was I wasn't gonna keep him as a pet.
Really?
Really, honestly, yeah. I've got no idea.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, surely we could just let them go, point them a direction, and then just go, ah-cha-chow, wash your hands, and...
Not gonna lie, that was not far off what I
That's
was
what I
gonna
was
say.
actually
I was
thinking.
actually going to
Giving them
say,
the glasses.
send him,
Like,
send him.
carry them to that corridor.
Well, I was actually gonna say, we send him to where the swamp raiders are, and maybe they can coexist.
I
I
mean,
think
we
they'd
know the
die.
direction of the Imix ribs anyway, so we can just point them that way.
There's a void sea in the way.
They'll figure
Yeah.
it out.
Like,
You're not
we
got
owe them,
wrong.
let's be honest, nothing. We freed them, they owe us.
Oh, here we go. They think Lou's their god, right?
Yeah.
That's just a
Give
terrible
them the
thought as well.
direction. Give them the direction of where Imix's rib is. And then tell them it's a task from their god to get back home.
That'll
Honestly,
do.
not the worst thing.
Because if they get home, when we go to Imix's rib, they might remember it. Or at least the 2 or 3 that are still alive. And then they'll continue to think of Lou as their god. And maybe spread it.
Are you sure they think of Lou as their god, or they just think the voice that he's producing in the head is their god?
Yes.
To be honest,
It could go either.
it's
It
my
could go either.
voice.
But they
But
know
I-
Lou's voice.
Work with me on this.
They know Lou's voice at least.
Okay. I say we go
It
with
could
that
be
one.
beneficial in
At
the
least
long run.
Point them in the right direction. We can't do much more than that.
We can't exactly take them to Mix's rib.
Yeah.
We've got shit to do, honestly.
Yes,
and
I
we
haven't
can't
finished
just win the
upgrading my
city.
damn weapon,
Yeah, and we've got.
and
shit
I've
to
just
do. We're
got the
getting
pass
past-
back.
We've got so much. It took us such a pain in the ass amount of time to actually get into this damn town. We're going to at least spend some time getting the shit we need from the town before we fuck off somewhere else.
And I'm sure doesn't one of you have a bake-off?
Yeah, the point.
Yeah, we'll point to the point in the corner.
Yeah, that's the point. Who's currently being licked by an owlbear, I assume.
That's
By the way,
weird
that
to
looks
see.
unhygienic.
I was supposed to be helping them with that stew.
I have been helping him.
How's the looting going, you pet? And I'm still weirded out by my recovery bot having mushrooms all over it.
Yeah, you might have to shave it.
I'm not touching that. That's fuck
That's on
you
you.
kind
That's-
of mushroom shenanigans.
You mean
That's the-
assassin?
Yes, assassin. All
I
right.
don't think fuck you is particularly.
Small gremlins kind of meld together in my mind here.
But yeah, I don't know. I could probably cook with them.
Why would you? with
I
random
would check them
stem-
out first.
We do. I test them on fuck you first.
Now you're not eating me. Fuck you.
What?
Oh, who else? Who do you want to be the test subject then? If you don't want fuck you to be the one to eat you, who do you want?
I mean, in any of you motherfuckers.
Ah, all right, that's fair.
I am back.
Our consensus basically has been so far, tell them, point them in this is the direction to Imix's rib. It is a task from your god to to make your way back home and spread the word of his good name. Basically, we're washing our hands and pointing in the right direction, and if any of them survive long enough to get to Imix's rib, then yeah, it might be a slight plus for us in the future.
Good for them.
That's between the lines, though.
Yeah, that's between the lines. At that point, we're like basically going, it's that way. Go with our blessings. Goodbye.
Yeah. We can't fly there because the ship would burn up,
We've got shit to do.
and we've got shit to do.
More, we've got shit to do. We might be able to survive, like, but we've got other stuff to pressing.
Not with you two fire crazies on board trying to tipping us into it.
We're not gonna crash.
I don't believe.
Yeah, nor do I,
you.
really. And what about, like, Mr. Wonderful? Mr. Popular?
Yeah.
Popular.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. We can get rid of Mr. Popular there.
Yeah, he'll just melt.
Yeah, I totally don't believe you, Alvina.
I didn't say we'd crash. I said we'll land. We won't crash.
Yeah,
Depends who's flying
I'd
it.
say that'd be a safe landing.
But with that, you give the Magma Raiders their instructions, point them in a direction, and off
Also
they
giving
go.
them the
The goggles of night
glasses
vision so
to
they
see in the dark.
see in the dark.
They immediately begin crab walking away, making strange noises.
Sent them that way.
All right, fair enough. There you go. Off you go that direction.
We assumed the Naga knew where he was going, and so that's the exit.
Yeah, he knew he was going to get back to Israel.
Hopefully, they don't run into any of those things that we warned about going down here as well.
We did say it was a test from their god. They'll just consider it
Also,
another test. Or, either way,
Shrug.
they've been dealt with. We didn't kill them. We actively did everything in our power to help.
Okay,
They're enough to get eaten by a giant beetle, that is on them.
we're down to 3 groups of things.
Let's talk to our friends.
Uh,
We can deal with the animals afterwards.
yes, I think we're going to have to hire Keith to run a stables.
Mhm.
Would that be okay with you?
Who are you asking that off? Camille?
Yeah, we were saying it loud enough that Kamirth could hear us.
I mean, as long as you keep paying my salary, sure.
How much? Alvina staring dead on eyes.
Lou will try to negotiate with him.
That's what I assume we'll do after we hear the base salary.
Yeah, yeah. Once he said whatever.
Whatever the salary is, we're going to negotiate down, regardless.
We'll negotiate down from certain
We'll
bits
have
that
it.
you're going to take a pay cut.
Yeah, we'll negotiate down if he says for free. He'll pay us.
We'll negotiate salary after.
Kamirth shifts his eyes left and right, pauses for a moment. 5 gold per day?
Finance Goblin,
What?
how are we doing for gold?
Never mind.
We've got a lot of gold, but with 5 gold a day, indeterminate amount of days
Yeah,
is a bit rough.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
How much gold do we have?
Doesn't matter.
We'll negotiate
Enough for
this
our
later.
purposes.
Also, I want to point out 5 gold a day is so much money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Here's
but
an
all the animals are super
1,825 gold a
dangerous.
year.
I point to
You could spare $2,000 a year.
towards
Can we?
I don't know how much gold
towards
you want.
Lou
Yeah, of course.
and say he's a head negotiator. You don't want to mess up with a super negotiator.
It's
Points
actually
them
a
at the
good,
goblin.
it's actually a good question. How much is basically a bed, 3 meals a day in this part of town.
Hell, we might even convince the people of the city to pay for this.
No, I don't think we're getting away with that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, I don't think they would go for that.
I'm asking GM because we would know this information because we have spent days in the inns.
Would you? Would Alvina the barbarian who sleeps
never
outside in a tree know?
Yeah, because she's
Oh.
an entertainer
Point
as well. She goes into inns occasionally and does actually do it because she can get free board. So she'd actually have to know what the price is so she can get free board.
She just likes sleeping in trees now and again.
She likes doing it.
Yeah, why would that let you know what it would cost? Because you're just getting it off for free. I don't think you've ever needed to consider how much anything costs. Apparently, you get it for free.
Yeah, but
Well,
the
she
first
asked
time she
first.
would have walked into a new place, they would say, "Oh, that'll be this much,"
Also the
and
point.
Alvina
also the-
goes, "Well, actually, no, I'm an entertainer."
Yeah, she would ask it first and then go, well,
As it happens,
as it
I'm an
happens, I happen
entertainer.
to be this. Can I get free board? And they go yes, which is hilarious.
Uh-huh.
Also, the point is over there and also has done it.
Oh, I
multiple
fully
times.
believe like any of the other party members would know. I just don't think Alvina has ever considered this concept in her life.
Paying for things. God.
Especially because it's antithetical to the Fantasian way of life.
Is it actually? Fair enough then. Someone else tell me how much it
Yeah,
costs.
the Fantasian economy is fucking shambles. They literally base things on how pretty or like spontaneous shit is.
I do
Oh,
know, I
Jesus.
remember you saying that you use crystals instead of money. Didn't quite think it was that level, but fair enough.
Yeah, they don't really have an economy because Fantasia is the realm of abundant, chaotic life. They barely have houses there, mate. It's just such a perfect paradise where everything tries to eat you.
Yeah, I love it.
Because the houses are too hot inside.
I mean,
Oh,
shit,
right.
the elves literally throw themselves into a pyre during the height of the summer festival just to show, reverence to the summer queen.
And also to say that was a great party.
Yeah, but that's religious
yeah,
fanatics.
Not even religious
But
fanatics.
for the
it's just
rest of the
mad.
party, and not Alvina, who definitely would not know this, for the rest of the party, your standard D&D expenses apply because the DM doesn't care that much about a realistic economy in this world.
Cool.
It's about a gold for a modest lifestyle, down to like a silver for a squalid one, or 10 gold for an aristocratic lifestyle. Or 10 gold minimum for an aristocratic lifestyle.
Is that how much is that per day? Or
Oh, that's all per day. There you go.
per day.
Yeah.
Cool. I'd
That's the deal.
say, why don't we give you? I discussed this with the party and go. I think we can probably manage 7 gold a week, or however many gold a week, how many days in a week there is, and add that number of single gold coins.
You
So-
know what? In hindsight, Commerf really undersold himself, because even a gold per day could only get you a modest lifestyle.
You get 5 gold per day.
Oh, he did.
Or-
Okay, good, Commerf. Yeah, for those,
Yeah.
with high insight, Commerf was definitely fucking bluffing his salary.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask if I could roll deception.
That's why I'm
I
pointing.
mean, what are you deceiving him with?
No,
I'm trying to bullshit him with the price.
silver piece a day. No, I'd say we pay him a gold a day because he's probably actually going to do his job. Is the main thought. Right, like he lives okay, he gets food, he can do shit, and he can do his job. Right?
Yeah. I still think we could convince them the town to pay for him.
Note to self, never work for any of these players, because apparently they're all fucking cheapskates.
I'm saying a modest lifestyle, which is about like a pretty decent, like tavern keeper life.
How
Everyone's going
quickly-
lower.
How quickly the employees turn into ruthless undercutters
Yeah.
as soon as they're the employer.
No. We're just frugal.
discussing it. How can we undercut this guy?
Yeah, I'm like, okay, this seems like a normal price. No, let's get him lower. Why?
Let's
One,
make
we're
him
frugal,
fucking beg
and
to
two,
work
he
here.
tried to kill us.
No, he didn't. He surrendered at the first opportunity.
Yeah, I
I'm just
said
saying, Lou,
we're
if you
being
want,
frugal and he tried to kill us.
if you really want to try and cut his salary, you should start using terms like "we're a family business,"
Yeah.
We think of all our
emphasizing how much he's
employees as a
gonna
family.
learn here.
Yeah, it's an apprenticeship.
Tell him he'll get some qualifications out of it.
Exactly.
Never mind, we'll discuss this
You'll
when we
get
leave.
great exposure.
Yeah, it'd be great on your resume.
Great
We'll
exposure
discuss-
to fatal wounds.
It is a bit.
We'll discuss the rest of this once we're out of here. That's
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to do salary negotiation roleplay as part of your D&D experience.
Salary
I think that's what everyone
negotiations are
comes here for.
very, very
We'll discuss it
Hard
when we've
work.
got access to the bank, and we can do then like accounting and put like down
Yeah,
payment.
because we're going to
this
set
is
up
how
an
much-
account.
It's got a, like this is net gross, just naturally increasing over the years. Oh fuck.
All right. You put some money aside for Commerf later. I don't know. You you don't have to hire him for like a year. Just pay him fucking like a week's salary up front, and then hope that don't leave town for a long duration without paying him in advance.
He gets freaking eaten day 3 by one of the by Gregor.
But yes, you convince Commerf to sub salary. We'll figure out later. He seems a little disappointed that his bluff of getting a 5 gold salary a day didn't pan out. But he accepts the fact that his bluff was called.
Yeah, it's like respect the guy's hustle, but fuck
Oh,
off.
yeah. But the thing is, Lou's a bullshitter, you know?
Yeah, it's like we can respect the hustle, but no.
All right, you guys want to then go over and speak to Gale?
Yeah, to Gale. And his family. Or whoever came with him. We don't actually know if they're related in any way. His neighbours.
We head over to Galefoot the Swift, and Galefoot the Swift is looking incredibly happy with himself. He zips over to you. All signs of previous resurrection gone from his face now. He's now plump with color, zipping around. You can hear a gaggle of bright, high-pitched voices, laughing and cheering in the background. And as you come over, he sprints towards you, a spring in his wings.
Spring in his wing works. Kind of like that, actually.
A spring in his wing.
Hmm.
Thank you. I don't think I could ever have shown my appreciation for you. You've helped rescue me and my fellow sprites. You were true to your word. You've set right the horrors of the other Noids. Thank you.
Hey, happy to help out. I used to know a bunch of sprites back home, and they were absolute wonders, so...
There's
least I
literal tears of happiness rolling down his cheeks.
Thank you.
There, I pull out a bit of... I was about to say cloth, but it's almost certainly just a leaf. That is like... It just like, it's to blow his nose on it.
Okay. Well,
So, do you guys, have anywhere to go?
I mean, we were just talking about it, and some of us hope to return to see what remains of our village from the Banshee's Grove.
Banshee's Grove.
We're heading there in the future, aren't we?
Maybe, I think.
That's on the docket. I know for a fact we are planning to head to Banshee's Grove at some point. I believe, right?
I think
'Cause that's where we got to
wanted
deliver-
to go there.
I think I wanted to go there as well, because that's where we've got to deliver the idol.
You have technically 2 optional quests there, one delivering the idol for the Inquisitor, and the other to seek out a rebellion expert on Celestials, presumably so that the point can ask about their Celestial egg.
Yeah, so we're you cry with us. We'll be in town for a good bit. Are you okay waiting a bit? You can hang out on our ship. Like, my room's got loads of flowers, lots of plants and things. It's a great place.
If you want to hang out, and we'll give you a lift.
Just don't
Mhm.
go in the cargo bay too much.
Oh yes. Do you know how long it would be before you set sail? We definitely need to rest up, and we would be more than happy to wait a couple days to even a couple weeks. But if it would be more than that, then I think it might be best that we set out on our own.
How long are we planning on waiting around here currently?
How long? Yeah, how long
It's-
have we still got?
It's like, how long until until our passports are done?
I believe I said 2 weeks initially. It's been about a week now. You're about halfway through. Presumably, we're going to time skip a week.
Yeah.
And then it'll be up to you how long you actually want to hang out in the main city.
I imagine it'll be at least a month, right?
Yes, we're not entirely sure,
I'm
but
not entirely sure. It'll be probably at least a month.
we have things to upgrade on the ship.
A
Things
lot
to,
of maintenance while we're in a place that we can do maintenance.
things to gather, stuff to buy, and
People to see.
Mm-hmm.
more tasks to do.
But yeah,
Does-
if you were waiting about that, then more than happy. If you want to head off, then it's fair. I would say you could definitely rest up in our ship at least for the couple of days. You'll probably need it, and then you can head off.
Get your
Like-
energy back.
We humbly accept your offer. It's such a generous one.
Yeah, happy to help out. Alvina gives an actually genuinely good, nice smile, which she does do have occasionally.
What, she been faking the rest of them?
About half of them look like a great white shark is grinning at someone.
Yeah.
That is actually a point. Can they see Gwent?
Have I disappeared?
Ooh, interesting. Are we gonna say
is
it's
it-
just for pure Fae, or anything with the Fate archetype?
If it has the
Uh,
fake keyword, then Gwent can't see himself.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go with only pure Fae, because it's such a small subject, and the only people will be the humanoid ones, which you technically are NPCs and want to interact with anyway. So we're gonna say pure Fae. So the pixies or the sprites can see you, similar to centaurs and wherever the hell Alvina is. They can all see you for the sake of the
Monstrosity.
fact that they have a humanoid bypass.
I will just update that to pure Fey creatures.
That doesn't mean the owlbear won't be able to see you though.
Oh, that's fair. The owlbear can't see you. Owlbear's gonna start
Gwen
walking
wants
into you all the
owlbear.
time.
How to confuse Angel.
Yeah, I think we're all happy to let them rest up for a couple days on the ship before they head out. Honestly, because I don't think we've got any problems with that.
I just got this weird picture of Gwent getting trampled because the owlbear's trying to get to the point.
Yeah, Gwent's in front
Boom,
between
boom,
the point and the
boom,
owlbear. He
squish.
just squashes Gwent. Ah!
You think the Albe's ever going to be able to beat my passive perception? You are drunk, sir.
I don't think passive
but
perception.
if
I think
you're
it might pass
sleeping-
your dex save though.
That bit, true.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I
don't
could see
think
it
you'll-
coming though.
You see it coming. It's whether you can get out of the way.
It's whether you're frozen in fear
Oh,
or not, though.
I can see it getting. I can see Gwent getting in the way. They just jump up the way and stick to the ceiling.
Yeah, if they can still climb up walls.
But yeah, I think we've got the sprites on the ship for a couple days, and then
Alvina, roll me 1d4 plus 1.
three.
So 4.
As the sprites turn to look at each other, they eventually come forward with 3 small pouches, or yes, 3 small packets with what appears to be some form of sparkling dust in it.
Ooh.
Ooh.
A token of our appreciation for saving us. It's what the the slavers were originally harvesting from us.
Oh, really?
What
What
the
is
bloody
it?
hell?
What is it?
Rainbow dust, I'm guessing.
It is 3 packets of Sprite dust.
What does that do?
You add it to
Ah.
water, and it turns into lemonade.
Only there was 7 packets.
If you sprinkle it on yourself, it will turn you invisible for up to 1 minute.
Oh,
Okay,
thank you very much.
thank you. Note
Much
to self,
appreciated.
don't.
So yes, as an action, you can sprinkle this dust on yourself or another creature you can see within 5 feet of you. The recipient gains invisibility.
Standard invisibility, I'm assuming.
Note to self,
Yeah.
make sure smash that damn person in the face with this and justice as well.
Yeah, I've got it written down on my sheet at the moment. I'll just copy paste the description that you put. Oh, thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated.
I get it. Why is Roll20 such a pain sometimes? 1 second. Ignore the pixie dust. It's supposed to be spray dust.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely not modeled on pixie dust. I don't know what you're on about.
Nah, pixie dust makes you fly, obviously. If you think
Yeah,
that
exactly.
does.
Sprite dust makes you invisible.
Yeah, it's completely different.
Completely different. But the party gains 3 uses of Sprite dust, so 3 lesser invisibilities, which will probably come in useful at some point.
Yep. The last time we had any like random invisibility abilities, Alvina artillery struck trolls
Yep.
into killing an entire enemy base. So. So what the fuck just happened? Well, my cats just broke something, I think.
Oof.
But with that, the sprites will return to your ship to rest for the week, and then they will presumably head out if the party decides to stick around in the main city for any duration of time.
Yeah.
Alrighty, with that, the sprites can go bye-bye. There you go. You guys go back to the ship. Off you go.
Yeah. It's gonna be a shit ton of sprites in Alvina's room for a week.
Just slowly shifting fucking Z-bot around the room.
Right. Now let's deal with the elephant frog and the giant lizard in the room. What the hell are we gonna do with the frog, Hemoth? The basilisk! I like the idea of keeping the basilisk in the little zoo that we're paying Kamoth to have.
How, Kamath,
Yes.
Yes.
how easy is it to...
Feed a frog, Hemoth. I think is the main one. Look at the size of that thing.
I'm more worried about how easy is it to keep a basilisk that isn't going to be under the control of the Twisted Silver.
Oh. I mean, it's a natural predator. I would assume incredibly difficult.
See, that is the big rub there. I think we may have to
Personally, I think you just let this one go.
Hmm.
It's naturally acclimated to rocky terrain. It will do fine in the abandoned caverns.
Oh, fair enough then. We're
So,
literally gonna just loose a basilisk in the underground of this freaking place. A giant basilisk.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen, really?
the tram system here getting attacked every time this basilisk... I think we
It'll be
need to take it
Or
out.
the basilisk find a bunch of magma raiders.
Just send it down the same corridor as everything else.
Not necessarily that, just taking around turns somewhere.
First time they look
Bumps
back.
into them.
The to be fair, the settlement's natural psionic field tends to repel predators or monstrosities. Just out of the uncomfortableness the field enforces upon non-humanoids. It'll probably be driven away from any settled areas.
Yeah, should be fine then. Yeah, let's just loose it around here.
Okay. How are we going to do that without any of us being
Here's the thing.
a snack?
Here's the thing. There's a very simple solution. We take it with us until we're directly beneath the settlement, which is like over there, like 10 minutes away, and then just let it loose and get around a corner so it just buggers off because of the psionic thing playing with its head. It'll just leave.
Okay. Now that just
Don't
leaves
follow it.
the Throghemoth. What about that? How dangerous is that thing when it's not?
It tried to eat Lou.
When it was commanded, I'm trying to find
It's
out
the-
what.
You never had a pet frog as a kid, did you?
No. I build things.
Basically, if it's
pointing
anything
towards
like a
the
normal
robot.
frog, if it's anything like a normal frog, what they do, if they see anything smaller than it, or even roughly the same size as it, they try to eat it.
Okay, so this is
That's
another.
like most giant things will try to eat you.
Yeah,
So
frogs
it's another
particularly try
It's
to.
100% an omnivore.
Yeah. It's a stomach with feet.
So this is another one we release. But where
It's
do
a
we
shame.
release
It's a
this
shame
one?
there isn't a population of bullywugs nearby. I hear it's their favorite treat.
Ah.
Where do we release this one?
Oh, How far-
Do you know if there's any giant swamp lakes or anything under here?
will the oil swamp work?
What, the oil swamp? What are you
You're
on
going
about?
to drop them off with the swamp raiders further
Yeah.
north.
South, but yes.
Wait. Do you mean those little small oil lakes in the scrapyard?
Yeah, it'll be
Yes.
fine.
Mate, those things are tiny.
It'll be fine.
Like at least go a little bit further north and drop it off in that giant, swamp terrain.
Is there actually a giant swamp terrain? We'll just leave it. We'll just kick it out.
Yeah, old Black Veins territory.
Ah.
I'm sure we could do that.
I mean, you risk, flying straight into some black dragon wormlings, but I'm sure I'll be fine. You guys seem sturdy. I won't be with you.
Alvina's eyes! Alvina's eyes! Everyone knows what they just did.
Wait,
Okay.
you guys know about old Black Vein, right?
Now we do.
Do you have a map here?
Yep.
Literally to the east of Iron Core, south of Mines Expanse, right? This whole swamp area called Black Vein Swamp. Yeah, that's just ruled over by an old dragon tyrant,
One moment.
Okay.
right? Like his children are just constantly fighting the
Yeah.
giants over at Iron Core.
Ah,
Oh. Okay.
Oh yeah, real dangerous territory. One of the areas I would not recommend trying to poach things in.
Alvina?
Alvina just writing that on the map right there, like in that exact spelling.
That means you.
Yeah, keeps a very tentative neutral lines between the giants and the monstrous city of Mines Expanse.
Hey.
Real old bugger, does not like to be disturbed. Apparently he used to work for the monarchy before he decided to go independent.
Mm-hmm. And we're not gonna poach anything. We don't poach.
Well, yeah, they're just very
That's dead.
territorial.
Daggers.
Yeah, Alvina's looking at her. It's like, we don't poach things. We
Like literally
actually-
from the rumor I heard from from these black market traders I met a couple years back. Apparently there's a secret deal under the table between Mr. Kraken and an old Black Vein, where the Mines Expanse literally just pay out tribute to keep the old bugger away because it's not worth fighting him.
Mhm.
I wish I could get him on our side, but I think that would be a hell of a fucking task.
Maybe eventually. Give me some time to learn the language.
I don't even think once you know the language, we're going to convince them because it's you.
I can be very persuasive with dragons.
Mm.
I'd stand
Plus, you
behind
might have
Naveen
your
and just go,
own dragon.
no. Dragon pads, dragon pads.
Do not upset a healer, please.
I look round my shoulder and Gwen, I'm assuming, just freezes and looks innocent again.
Yep.
See, he's fine.
I can't believe you guys never heard of Old Blackvein. You guys don't get out a lot.
We're from out of town.
Way out of town.
Which like, I kind of would assume means that you know more. Like, if you were city dwellers, I would explain. You know, especially if you're from the Nest. I hear those freaks don't even believe there's any, like, you know, Noid's genocide going on outside the walls. Talk about delusional.
Mm-hmm.
We're
At least the
new
pirates know what's up.
to this.
We're from very out of town.
We're learning as we go about every place and culture. We lived a little bit secluded before we
Speak for yourself.
had it.
I just went with, we were very out of town. I don't expand on this.
I lived under a rock.
It cut you out about halfway through
Oh.
that, which I think was perfect, to be honest.
Fuck you just shouted he lived under a rock.
Mm-hmm. That was the coma.
Which one?
The third one.
Ah.
The one that you got hit by that rock.
Never mind.
Yeah, while it had its problems, I gotta admit, the Brotherhood of the Empress really gave you the privilege to travel to so many exotic locations. Like I've saw Banshee's Grove for the first time. Gotta go touch the you know, the windswept tips of Imix's ribs. Oh yeah, also did a lot of trading down south in the pits. Oh, they've got a thriving slave market down there. Real sad place, real bloody place. Constant like death tournaments going on. But really good kebabs.
Note to self, go there, free all the slaves, eat kebabs. Sounds like a good afternoon.
Free all the slaves, eat the kebabs while watching the death match.
No, watch the death match, then free the slaves while eating kebabs.
Yes, prioritize.
How about we free the slaves, put the people who enslaved them into the death match, and eat
I
kebabs?
like it. I like it. What was it called again? The pits, right?
Oh yeah, there's this real nasty bugger who runs the place.
Which would
Oh,
be?
God, what the hell was his name again? No, not.
Greasus. Please be Greasus.
Where the hell are my notes on fucking the pit?
Mm-mm.
Was it in? I think it's just in generic DM notes. 1 second. DM's gotta look up though.
Yeah.
Mostly because I'm curious.
For some reason, my brain is immediately going to Greasus Goldtooth from Warhammer Fantasy, the Over Tyrant, who literally his tagline is "He's too rich to walk anymore."
Oh, yep, found it. It's Big Choppers.
Big choppers.
Oh yeah, nasty bloke by the name of Big Choppers runs the whole thing. Do you know, apparently it used to be a rebellion outpost before the whole place was just thrown over.
Damn.
Now it's a black market haven.
Okay.
But good way to make some coin if you've got if you're good at brutality. You can if you win the blood ring tournaments, there's a heavy sack. Apparently they pay out in any currency. So, not just the standard coins, but apparently you could even get Imperial credits or Spectre coins there.
Hmm. By the way, out of random curiosity, GM, would he have mentioned the what the coin? Would we have known at any point what the coin for the monarchy is?
The Monarchy is the only other faction that uses gold, silver, and copper.
Oh, okay. Makes sense actually, considering they've got like giants and things, which it does make sense that they like it. The giants and dragons are largely in this faction. Not surprised they use shiny metals.
Yep. Yep. So the Monarchy and Noids just Noids technically use any of all three.
Yeah, what they can get their hands on.
Yeah, especially because the Monstro Guild uses all three because they effectively act like the middle ground that allows trade to happen between the three empires.
Yeah, they're a PMC basically.
The Divine Empire uses Imperial credits, which are composed of celestial steel and imprinted with the divine signatures to prevent easy counterfeiting. And Spectre coins are a purely ethereal currency that exists on the ethereal network and require specialist equipment to access and utilize.
It's Bitcoin.
Yep. If anyone wondering, the hyper-capitalist nation of the Republic uses cryptocurrency.
Yep.
Or ethereal currency.
Cryptocurrency, but not as scammy.
Well, I don't know, man. There's mind flayers and beholders involved.
Still not as scammy.
I said what I said.
I stand by my statement.
Okay. Oh.
Oh, you guys got a lot to learn.
And you can help us with that.
Oh, look, I already gave you the extent of my knowledge. Like I've traveled to one or two places on like poaching gigs, but that's kind of the extent.
Oh, do me a favor. The next couple of days, can you compile me a list of every type of animal you saw in Banshee's Grove and Imix's Rib?
Oh, for fuck's sake, no.
What?
No.
No.
It's good for.
No,
Why
do
not?
not give her bloody list. Ignore everything she's bloody well said because she just wants to know if there's anything she can capture.
We'll
And
talk later.
cuddle
Pat him
to
on the
death.
shoulder. I'll talk later and pat him on the shoulder.
Well, I mean,
Wink, wink.
mate, there's a thriving animal market in the black market. Well, although I suppose the main players in that are the Brotherhood of the Empress, who you did just antagonize and murder.
We're
a
going
bunch
to
of their
deal with
members
them.
of.
Wait, don't worry. We're gonna deal with all of them.
The Brotherhood will not last very long, especially once I get a hold of them.
Well, I mean, best of luck to you, I guess.
Well, you saw what we done to the rest of them here.
No, yeah, I meant more just trying to they're a secret organization. They're very
Not that good if we found
compartmentalized.
them.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. We found this one by hitting a guy once with a door.
Wait, what?
Literally.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I
Where'd
give
that
him
go?
You know the dorky high elf, the little twerp.
Fintail.
the dead one.
He's not
Yeah,
dead.
he's one of the
He's very
high-ranking
dead when I get a hold of him.
Yeah, I met
members
him.
of the Brotherhood.
He was arguing with someone in town, and I hit him with a door to get his
A
attention.
10-foot iron door.
I didn't measure it.
Hey,
Oh,
I gave you that door in confidence.
And I used it.
wow.
What happened
Good.
to it?
With extreme prejudice.
What happened with it? By the way.
I put it back in the pocket.
Okay.
Well, I believe you. I think you, if anyone can hunt down and find all the cells of the secret organization and society and cult, I think it's you lot.
Especially with
I
your
guess
help.
I'm rooting for you.
See? You're already learning.
Yep.
I expect that list by Wednesday.
Oh shit.
No.
Soon as Zorme turns his back, I go. I literally miming. Write down list. or neck break.
So as you finish threatening Camurf,
Murph gets a
and
message in his head. If you,
You
give her
didn't
a
see
bloody
that.
list, I'll
You don't
kill
see
you.
that.
and
No, but
free
that's what he's doing.
The creatures,
We're both giving threats here.
or at least free the Basilisk. The Basilisk off. There he goes. I'll away with him. What are you doing with this frog Emoth? Are you gonna take it with you and release it somewhere, or what's the plan here with this guy?
I don't know.
How far away is the swamp? Again, it's...
Let's see. It took you like a week to get down from salvage all the way to like Deepswell, so probably about a week's travel.
Let's give it a fight with the blast. Let's see which one wins.
Actually, is that water?
No,
Where?
that's a giant hole in the continent that goes into the void.
We can throw it in there.
I was about to say, we could send it that way.
Or at that point, just
I mean, it's
let him
technically not
take his
killing him.
chances trying to find like a watery cavern or something.
That's what I was thinking. Just leave it to just wander the caverns and hope it finds some water. I don't really want... But Alvina apparently not a fan of amphibians.
Bring it outside to the
No, it's just
colony
leave it.
and
It'll be
let
fine.
it go.
Apparently they taste like chicken.
I know they do.
Right, so as the party recklessly abandoned several monstrosities in the caverns underneath.
Hey, we freed them.
We did. We freed them and let them do what they wanted to. Which is apparently just wander aimlessly in caverns.
Note to self: I'm gonna add these guys as like boss encounters as you like explore this place randomly in the game.
Hey, this is what happens when Alvina isn't allowed to keep pets.
A basilisk, a froghemoth.
To be honest, Alvina wouldn't have minded a basilisk, but wasn't like super into it. Didn't want a froghemoth. Naga would have been nice, but it's a friend. So
It's friend,
it's
not
a
food.
person. It is person. And we've already got the Alba. And we didn't get the unicorn, which was the other one that Alvina really wanted. So okay.
That
Alright.
unicorn never
Now-
would have survived the night.
It would have. Well,
It
yeah,
wouldn't
it's
have.
races against
No,
horses.
it
isn't it?
wouldn't.
It's apparently races against other horse-type creatures, isn't it?
All unicorns are.
To be honest, that one kept critting me, so my money's on it, to be honest. That thing got like 8 crits in the last combat. My money's on the
Gwent has his
unicorn, to be
ways.
honest. Now I guess we loot the room. Also,
Yeah.
how much twisted silver did we get out of this, out of curiosity? Because Alvina is collecting it.
I'm
As much as you can carry.
One second, guys.
You're gonna
Sorry. Cat jumps on the terrarium.
at this point you're gonna want to hire like a cart just to start wheeling the stuff out. People are gonna look at you being like, did they discover like a vein of twisted silver in the mines? What
It's
the
already
fuck's
been worked.
I mean, how much more can Z-Bot swallow?
I don't think he can swallow an entire cage.
Give me a
of
second.
metal.
No, here's the thing. What we do, we break it down into bars. Literally, like, just metal poles. And then we carry it out, including using the owlbear to carry the shit out.
Or we could just put a lot
Also-
of it into bag of holding.
The bag of holding.
Also, it's a bag of holding. But 1 second, I'm going to put the cat in the kitchen because he's being a baby ass.
I'm gonna roll a bunch of investigations for fuck you wandering around, picking shit up.
I don't know what robe of useful thing, how much weight a robe of useful things can hold as well as the random shit that it has in it.
I'm back.
Da, da, da.
Well,
I mean,
either way,
this-
I calculate it at 14 units of twisted silver.
Kashan.
It was at the door. So
Ooh.
sorry.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna cast. What was it? Fox's cunning on fuck you. So you got advantage and everything.
All right.
That's a good bet. I'm assuming this is to find loot and shit.
Yeah, he's just wandering around looking for shit. So that,
Remember,
if
we've
it-
given
if it-
up most of the the goggles of night
Yeah.
vision
No,
because we
it's-
gave those to the swamp raiders. Just fuck
So
off
if
with
if it's advantage, then that would be a 19 from the 1908, 13 from the 213s, a 20 from the 20 and 12. How many would you want me to roll, Chris?
And I can spot invisible objects as well.
I'll do.
For him.
I don't.
I'll do.
And D-bot helping will see any invisible things.
Mhm.
Interesting. How does this work? It's like a lot of rolls.
Technically, it's 3 rolls because it had
Yeah.
advantage. It's a 19, a 13, and a 20.
Yeah.
All right. So let's have a look. That'll do. Yeah, your tier 3 rolls. What was it? 19? Did you say
19, 13,
19,
20.
13, 20.
13?
It was 2 13s.
Was
But I
that
don't-
3 to 20? So I'll put 20 as 4.
Cool.
This will make sense in a second. It just works on the east table.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go in order here. So you get a bunch of miscellaneous stuff, which I'll cover in a second because it's not particularly interesting. Let's go with the more interesting stuff first. As you look through not only all of the individuals, but you also look through all the crates and find various kind of traps and equipment, which you can sell for extra stuff, or you just it's standard stuff like traps and like spray pins and a whole bunch of other like set things used to configure standard trappers fare items. So
Trappers tools,
like
basically.
pulleys and a bunch of like pivots and all that mumbo jumbo.
Would it basically
um,
consider trappers tools for all intents and purposes?
Yeah.
Cool.
So you find probably about 20 sets of trappers equipment.
Cool.
Your trappers tools.
Alvina takes.
But while you're looking find, you also find a small chest that looks to have been buried in one of the box in a secret compartment underneath the box. And this crate was slightly more almost like well designed. This was one of the larger, more structurally sound crates that had larger and more polished kind of clips on either side and hinges to it, rather than just your kind of wooden nailed in crate. This one actually had a kind of exoskeleton around the wooden box.
Okay.
So reinforced. That's what I was looking
Reinforced
for.
K, yeah.
This was an actual reinforced crate.
Reinforced or ornate or something along those lines.
Yeah. But you find a small locked chest at the bottom of it in one of the hidden compartments, and it appears to be actually locked with a key.
Ooh.
How would you like to interact with this chest?
Taking the traps first.
Yeah.
Taking the traps first.
Yeah, fuck you. Look it over just to see if there's any like hidden latches for traps or anything like that.
This one I will require a new perception check for this one.
Perception. Okay.
Because you're just looking it over for now.
Does Fox kind of give me advantage on perception as well?
Intelligence checks.
Intelligence checks. Okay, so
No.
Would
Do
you
you have an
like
eyes
me
of
to look
minute
it over it?
You both
It's
spoke
not
at the
bad.
same time, then I have no idea what you just said.
Do you have an eyes of minute seeing? Because that gives you advantage, doesn't it?
No.
I know someone in the party has one, but I don't know who.
My character asked if you'd like me to look over, because I've got advantage on perception checks.
That's fine. 18 should be fine.
18's good.
Depends what's in this.
Yeah. No, I think that beats her DC. That's fine. 18 succeeded. As you're looking it over, you notice a glint along the what do you call that gap in between the lid and the rest of the box? Across, I'm just gonna call it let's
rim.
call it the gap.
It'd be the seam. Yeah.
Oh, the
Oh,
seam.
the seam is. You see a glint of silver along the seam, not continuous, suggesting to your keen eyes that this trap is booby trapped.
This trap is trapped.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
this box is trapped.
It's a bad trap.
Is the trap so
To be
nefarious?
fair,
It's been
the
trapped.
the trap might be trapped as well. You are 99% sure that if you fuck up on a lockpick check, you will end up getting something triggered.
Probably
Indeed.
blade trap.
Alright, so fuck you's got thieves' tools. I can't remember if he's proficient in them though. Oh wait, no, that would be proficient in them because it's under his tools.
Yeah, I'm about to say, if it's in your tool section, then yes, you are.
But do I actually have thieves' tools? That's the question.
I think you do. Someone in the party has them, certainly.
I can make my tool of many things into.
Oh yeah, we have a multi-tool, if nothing else, which is a +1 set of thieves' tools.
Zormir,
Yes.
can I borrow
What?
your multi-tool thing?
Okay.
Can you
Don't
make
break
it
it.
into like a... Well, can you... I think you need to make
What
it
you
into
needed?
lock picking stuff and trap disabling stuff. Something like these tools.
All right. I turn my lock picking set for him.
Cool. And then that's be a sleight of hand check, wouldn't it?
It's a thieves' tools check, isn't it?
Yeah, it's you actually can't make a tools check, so it is a dexterity based thieves tools check. So if you are proficient with thieves tools, you add your proficiency to the dexterity check. If we're going by Xanafer's rules, there are technically bonuses of do you have proficiency with sleight of hand?
Don't have proficiency in sleight of hand, but I would have proficiency in thieves' tools.
Yeah, because there are extra bonuses if you go with Xanafer's of if you are also proficient in sleight of hand, then you gain advantage on the check for having both proficiencies. But since you don't have it, we won't worry about that just now. Give me
It's +1 to it as well because it's magic.
give me a dexterity check with proficiency because you are proficient in the tool, or double proficiency if you have expertise in the tool,
So
and with a +1.
with the +1, it would be a +5 to this roll then.
And you've got guidance.
And
Oh,
some
yeah.
guidance as
Okay,
well.
okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is exactly the moment where you won't be using that guidance.
17 on the die, +4, that's 21. Let's roll the guidance just for the shits and giggles.
It's +5 because you've got a magic thieves'
Oh,
tools.
yeah. +5,
Two.
so that's 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
20 lot. 20
So
lot.
it's 24.
24, yeah.
24 appears to have succeeded. As the chest clicks open, and inside you find what appears to be a beautiful...
Before Fuck You opens it, he hands it to Alvina. Go, open this!
Okay.
Alvina, as you open the it's like a chest width sized box with ornate decorations on the little chest. As you open it, you see a velvet cushioned inlining with this very beautiful, ornately decorated hilt of a short sword. It glistens with inscribed runes down the blade, with very beautiful kind of stylings around the hilt and around the pommel, with a what appears to be an embedded. What color would it be? Red gem in the pommel of the hilt.
Nice.
There appears to be a kind of symbol almost inscribed into the gem, or into it's almost like glasswork in a way. And in it you see the symbol of what you recognize to be, or what you believe to be, a symbol denoting giant.
Ooh.
I
You're not trusting your skills there. Fuck you.
try and take it out.
Oh,
Uh,
I completely entrust my skills. It's just in case there's something else in there.
You do. You have a very beautiful short sword of with what appears to be runics along the blade and a symbol of a giant in a gem on the pommel.
Hmm.
You have a special short sword of some variety.
Now, who can read this?
Yeah, can I
Ah.
read anything on it? I assume it's in giant, so I wouldn't be able to, but
Well, even just the runes.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll say the runes are probably in dwarven because of the similarity to giant. If you can can anyone understand dwarven?
Point.
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 The
dwarf.
point informs you that the runes on the blade spell out death.
Ooh.
Oh, I think I know what this is. But Alvina's definitely wouldn't know what this is.
So,
I'm
mate, can you
pretty
tell us
sure
what
I-
this is?
I don't know.
Right,
He
I-
said
you-
death.
Yeah, you
Maybe a
can
giant
identify
killer
things,
sword?
so can't you?
I was about to say, is it a giant slayer weapon by any chance? Can you identify this, Zormir? You've got that stuff, right?
Yes.
I was gonna say nowhere too.
But Zormir, this is definitely a magic item. It seems to be seeped in the arcane, and you identify it as a giant slayer short sword.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a weapon designed to kill giants.
Standard giant slayer from D&D Beyond. You get a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it against.
And it's got a
No,
bonus damage.
that's just +1. That's just
Yeah.
it's just a +1 weapon.
It's +1 and it has like a bonus damage against
Yep.
giants,
Yep.
doesn't it?
That would have been really handy a couple of weeks ago.
I don't think we actually fought any giants.
Oh,
The Onis.
Oh.
Oh, the Onis it would have,
It's like
yeah.
it would have worked well against the Onis.
And the everything. Them. Giant, was it a giant?
Anyone use it? I mean,
Is it attunement?
I mean, I can use short swords.
Is it attunement?
That's why I don't know if it's attunement or not.
Interesting.
It might not
But-
be. But actually, yeah, honestly, it's a
Giant
good
Slayer,
bet.
I believe it is.
It's a good bet for you, though. Yeah. Fuck you, because I don't really need it. I've got 2 legendary melee weapons. I'm all right.
I actually don't think it is. I'm just double checking D&D Beyond because sometimes the generator sites, while they kind of pull from it, don't have all the facts. But no,
Oh,
even
no,
on
it's
D&D
not.
Beyond, I'm not. It's
Yeah,
not
not-
attunement.
Not every single weapon is attunement. A lot of the like uncommon ones.
I mean,
Dragon
it's a rare.
there is Dragon Slayer as well.
Yeah, it's rare.
Dragon Slayer is also not attunement. Apparently, none of the Slayer weapons are attunement.
It's ones that you can find in like lairs a lot of the time. It's like pick it up and use it on the thing that's right there. It's because they're very specific in their function.
I mean, if it was, I understand that if it was just like a regular +1, but because it's got the extra thing for the giant stuff.
A lot of them, remember, are also like I believe there is just Slayer weapons in general, which a lot of them are supposed to be just it's made of a material that they are weak to.
Hmm.
Which it makes sense. It's not.
But there you go. So yeah, you can throw it around the party for if you're fighting things.
Fuck you. I think it's the best for you, honestly, because you use it and you've only got a normal rapier, right?
No, it's a +1 rapier.
Oh.
But if
Actually,
you
you
come
can-
across anything, but then I
If you
would
come
be able
across
to
a
dump-
second light weapon,
Yeah, I mean, I've got a dagger.
you can dual wield it.
Yeah.
Well, either way, the party has a giant slayer in the inventory. You can keep it on your ship for now.
I mean, if you guys are fine with it,
Yeah. I think it's good for you. I don't think anyone else
Yeah,
is
don't
going to
use
use
it.
it as well.
Yeah.
I'm trying to build a rapport. I expect you to maybe stab a giant or two.
Also, it's
Yeah.
very funny if you do manage to make the giant fail that saving throw and fall prone, by the way, because I imagine you've just shanked it in the ankle.
Yeah, gone for the
They're
Achilles.
like they're expecting someone out like Alvina behind them have knocked them on their ass, and then There's
It's just this
log.
goblin standing there laughing.
On a related note, Alvina, as you look over the box, you notice that there appears to be some form of almost syringe-like contraption, or multiple syringe-like contraptions, embedded around the box with small needles pushing outwards, ready to kind of like push out. It had like the line connecting the thing had triggered. And you can see that there's a small vial at the base, kind of sitting on the cushion, that seems to be feeding into all of these needle points.
Hey, fuck you. You think you can, without activating this very, very trapped chest that you handed me, can you get this, like, file out of it? Without activating it?
Maybe.
Could be useful.
Uh,
I mean, it's
I
not that
mean,
many
I
syringes.
could try
if it's-
mage hands.
I think there's literally a ability which means you can do that with Mage Hand, unfortunately. Because it's Mage Hand, the rogue Mage Hand one.
mhm.
Yeah, the one that lets you do extra show. I think you
Yeah,
need
the
that
arcane
for
trickster
Mage-
one. Yeah.
Yeah. Because they get special Mage Hand, which does exactly that kind of shit.
Mhm. What do you need me to do?
For attempting to extract the vial of poison.
Yep.
Um,
Vial of poison.
I'll actually,
Have a
this actually would just be a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand. Okay.
I know the perfect person for it actually do it because he won't get poisoned even if it does trigger.
He's other resistant to poison.
I assume you also probably want to be guidancing this, since there's no limitation on guidance.
Yeah. Probably.
Always guidance all your shit if you're not in a hurry.
Yep.
There we go. That's an 18 altogether.
Ooh. Luckily for you, there was a touch and go moment where it seemed like you might accidentally chip the vial and cause it to explode all over you. But the calming voice of Gwen in your ear keeps you on track.
The calming, you hear the fear in Gwent's voice and it calms you down.
It's like that scene from
it's
Mission
almost
Impossible.
soothing.
Tom Cruise drops down, just about to hit the pressure pads of the floor.
You receive a one vial of unknown poison because there's actually skills for that. And I assume none of you have poisoner's proficiency.
Let me check.
Since poisoner's kit is a thing, I
Yep.
should probably reward people for having that.
Is it doable with herbalism? Because that is also one that people might have.
I'm going to say no just because I want to keep the two distinct.
Okay.
Herbalism, healing potions, and other medical shit.
Alchemist.
No, there is specifically a poisoner's kit, so I have to rule that poisons are just the domain of that kit.
That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have it either. I didn't have it either one, just for reference. So.
Alchemies allow you to make fire shit and Molotov cocktails. Herbalism allows you to at least try and like find plants with certain properties. Poisoner's kit allows you to identify poisons and what antidotes you might need for said poison. Gosh, I'm gonna have to keep track of what the hell this poison actually is now because none of you have
Yeah.
poisoner's thing. So if you
It's
decide
not
to
none,
use
so
it,
don't worry about it just yet.
no, but if I don't keep a note of what poison specifically this is in my notes,
Yeah, we
I'm
might
one of
find-
those two.
We might find more poisons later. It's like vial of unknown poison, second vial of unknown poison, third
Yeah,
vial of also
let me just give like a nickname to this thing.
box poison, cult poison. Unknown cult poison is what I'm putting it down within my notes.
I'm gonna go with Empress poison because it's really specific to the.
Yeah. Yeah, we found a
That's
second
a-
cult and also
You
steal
can poison
poison
the
from them.
Empress.
Cool.
There you go. So one vial of unknown Empress poison. Assume standard society rules still somewhat apply even in the Shattered Alt sphere. Of poisons are generally frowned upon and seen as dirty, implements of only torture and pain. and have a societal stigma against them. So probably going to be difficult to just walk into any old shop and be like, "Hey, can you identify this like really frowned upon, probably illegal poison?"
Yeah. Unless we find the specific poisoner's shop licensed. It's probably not
Yeah,
going to
I'm
be
pretty sure
identified.
there's not going to be many of them.
No, there'll be one somewhere. There's always one.
I guess make contacts with the black market and see if you can have like that like skeevy guy you go to for like all your black market questions and like info.
Well,
What are
We
you
need to-
buying? What are you selling?
Oh,
Where
we
do
need
you
to
go?
I'm sure Alvina wants to go find the person who still has the unicorn.
I don't think the people who have the unicorn want to tell us what this poison is. Not gonna lie.
You gotta go find a black market like information broker.
Yeah. Unless you're intending me to use this poison on them, and we'll see what the effects are, and gauge. Oh, it's that kind of
Maybe
creature's
if we had more
venom.
than one.
It's like we just hit the guy with it, and he starts petrifying. It's probably basilisk or cockatrice venom.
I
He
think we
bursts
want
into
to.
flames.
I think
Fire
we want to manipulate that guy into being our black market broker person. I think we want to bend him to our will a bit.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, because he's got money.
Oh,
And-
the coin bard.
Yeah, I forgot about him. I'm not
Guard, cherry cheeks.
Yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
he left on the unicorn,
Unicorn.
actually. I thought the others went on the unicorn and he did something
Nope.
else. But
And
yeah,
I
he
guess
did.
for stream purposes, Kimurf has no idea what this poison is. He's never seen this dagger before. He can only assume that it must have belonged to Fonda. Fonda has a Fonda for poisons.
Fonda has a fondness for poisons. Try saying that 5 times fast.
We'll just return it to her at some point in a
With
nice way.
interest? With interest.
Yeah, drink this.
Hey, drink this! Smashes it.
I'll have you know, technically, this comes
Venom.
under the category as injury poison,
It's a venom, basically.
not a ingestion poison, which there are.
It's a venom,
okay.
not a poison. Basically.
Uh-huh.
Random trivia knowledge for everybody else, since we're on that topic this week, apparently. Venom goes into the bloodstream, poison goes into your stomach.
Yay!
This has been your murder fact for the day.
What else have we found, or is there anything?
So that was the traps, the chest, and there's one more I think you did.
Yeah. Or was
Yeah.
the traps the second one?
Was the traps any of them? Or was it just the thing we found?
No, the trap was just a follow-on from the finding the
Alright.
actual treasure.
Yeah.
The last one is rolls on the salvage table.
Yay.
From stuff that they've found relating to the people they've captured, which I believe was 4. So you get 4 rolls on the salvage table. They do only have a limited selection of what they found based on that, so it is only a limited D8 table. So let's see. Fuck you managed to get a lot of the like actual skill checks there, so everyone else but Fuck you, roll me a D8.
Okay.
Fuck you's had their time in the spotlight. Move over.
You've also got an item.
Yeah.
Out of this already, so. 5,
Yeah,
6,
technically,
1.
could have 2 if you want to keep a very deadly poison on you.
Yeah. We'll find out how it's used when fuck you stab someone with it.
Ooh, interesting. Okay, let's do lowest to highest because lowest is always funny.
What did they find? Did they find a dead rat or something?
Okay.
You also
Um,
rolled the wrong
Look,
dice.
look,
Yeah,
as
we
you're
rolled
as
the
you're
wrong
going
dice.
through
Oh,
the treasure hoard that I just assume Fukyu and Z has like dumped in the middle, be like, this is everything we found.
It
Ruben.
4.
He rolled the wrong die.
Yeah,
It's still the lowest though.
Still the lowest.
It's a 4, not a 1.
What's 4? Is it funny?
If it's not funny, since no one else rolled a 4, you can give him a 1 anyway.
I might give you a 1 as a bonus just because I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go 4 first, and then I'm going to go 1 because you're getting 1 regardless now.
Yay!
Guess what? You're getting extra free loot. Congratulations.
Hell yes.
So, as you open up this crate, I don't know why Fuku and Z have just dragged all of the crates over.
Yeah.
Because Alvina's the one who's the brute force and a crowbar.
You know what? No, I like it being in a sack. So they've just like dumped a small, almost like sack, almost like one of those stereotypical size sacks for like where it's filled with gold.
Potato
But this
sack.
one, slightly smaller than that, because they like holds with one hand. But as you open it, you find a black and or a cluster, I don't know, several black and red rocks with yellow centers, and you smell the smell of smoke and fire. This appears to be a sack filled with brimstone. And as you're looking into the sack of brimstone, which is, as my notes say, a very useful resource used for several things that I'm going to make you all roll nature checks for if you want to discover, because you don't just get this information for free.
Cool. It's probably related to stuff that me and Fuck you want to do anyway, so I'm fine with it.
Roll me nature checks if you're curious as to what brimstone can be used for. But while you're doing that, Lou, you notice something moving in the center of the brimstone. A small, ugly thing the size of your thumb. Apparently, Albina's never.
It does.
Alvina thinks it's food.
Albina's apparently just never heard of brimstone before.
Lou's
But
definitely-
you see a small, curled up, ugly creature, almost like a very fleshy-looking larva. And as the creature uncurls, you know, it seems to have dug its way out of one of the brimstones. It looks up at you, Lou. And as it opens its eyes for the first time in the little larva's life, it imprints on the first creature it sees.
Lou's also got a pet now.
As Lou,
It's a baby purple worm.
suddenly you hear the sound of ominous bells chiming in your ears, and a distorting shake in the world, as suddenly you get the feeling of ill fate. You know the
Well-
name of this creature as it echoes at the back of your head. This is a doom larva. And you get the impression that this larva is the harbinger of ill fate and curses upon its chosen target. You shiver. As only bad
Oh.
things await you.
Not gonna lie, Lou, you've got a shitty pet.
But yes, there you go. The feeling eventually passes. What a strange creature you've discovered. You could do whatever you want with this creature. Ignore it. Keep it.
Okay.
It's Gur. It's gonna sing the Doom song.
It's Lou's new pet. It's a new cult member.
It's my mascot.
Hey, your cult's
But,
now the
but
cult
Look,
of Doom.
look, because I'm not going to do this, because I have a scatterbrain. My brain's like a colander. I got way too much stuff to juggle. If you could just make a note that anytime you roll a fate die, if you could just let me know and remind me of the Doom larva, that would be great. For no reason. For no particular reason.
Neil, you need to put that front page of your notes so you know
Front
yourself.
thing.
Because I know
What?
you're gonna forget it as well.
Yeah,
I'm
Lou,
writing
what-
it down now.
Put it on your name tag or something.
Lou,
What?
doomed.
Lou is doomed.
The Chaos Man has got even more chaos to his.
Hell
his-
yeah. The person who's all about rolling dice to see what random effects happens now has something that's called Doom on him. This is always good.
What
All
could
because you
possibly go
discovered a doom
wrong?
larva. But however, Lou, as you ignore the creature and look down at the coal, you also recognize the uses of brim coal. After all, it's used as a almost like a sugar cube treat for hellhounds and nightmares.
Okay.
You know nothing.
I was about to say Alvina's gonna
I've
eat
not
it.
told anybody.
I was about to say Alvina's just gonna eat it. Because she thinks it's food, and turns out, weirdly enough, she was right.
It is food for fire-based creatures.
Alvina.
Oh God.
Yeah.
She is
Um,
almost.
Oh, we
She
can
is
feed-
almost a fire.
Uncle Lou's gonna feed Sod off.
Yeah, I was going to say that they can be like
God.
sod off snacks or something.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, you found a nice little fun resource, brimstone, that you can use to feed fire creatures.
We have a lot of fire creatures, so this is a good bet.
But that was 4. For 5, you find two not crit. What the hell? I don't write down the containers or anything, so I always improvise the containers as to what makes sense in the moment. You find 2 wooden boxes. Not large boxes, small boxes, almost like the not even boxes. You know, like the little case that they keep Pokemon badges in.
Oh, yes, I do. I know the exact. It's a case, actually. It's a case.
Yeah, it's a case. That's the word I'm looking. So you find 2 cases of what appears to be almost a marble-like substance on the actual case, and as you open it, it too has a velvet lining. And on the in the case, or in both cases, you find small green pearl-like scales, kind of sitting there. Let's say 3. There's actually, both of you roll me a d4. Let's find out. Let's see how many scales are actually in each one.
Oh, I'll take that.
Yeah,
Ooh.
same. Not you, Lou.
2
Are you?
times cases,
Sorry, I thought you were meaning me. So.
each with 3 times. So, in each of your cases, there are each 3 of these small green pearl-like scales. That you have no idea what they do, because these require checks.
They don't
But,
look like dragon scales, I'm assuming, right?
They do not. They look more serpentine than that. So both of you give me a nature check.
Let's hope I get better than a 0.
Can you get much worse?
Yeah, I could get a -1.
Alvina, you recognize these scales as coatl scales.
Hell yes! I have no idea what coatl does in this, but I know what coatl is.
So there you go. You each have effectively as a total of 6 coatl scales. What do these
Is that
coatl
like
scales?
a cross between a koala and a rattlesnake?
No, it's a cross between a rattlesnake and a bird of paradise, is a rough description.
Yes, it's a
Bird
winged
of
serpentine.
paradise,
okay.
the flower?
No, it's the
Is it
bird.
the serpent that represents health?
It's the feathered serpent.
All right.
Although coatls are the in Alterra are the symbol of Medici, whose staff
the same, yeah.
is that of a kind of winged staff. Coatls are said to be messengers of healing.
Coatl scales. Cool.
What they do, you have no idea, because that's the point of the salvage table. You gotta figure it out.
I know they are coatl scales. What that means, I have no idea.
Like, I know what they are, but fuck
I
knows
know what
they
they're
do.
from. I know what they're from. I don't know if they do anything. They might just be pretty. But they're definitely
They
pretty.
might also be taking off some of the.
They also could just be a
snakes.
trophy. They could generally just be a trophy.
They could have took them off the snakes. It'd be
That was a naga, not a coatl.
no, but I meaning they might have caught quattles as well. We don't know what they've all caught and killed or sold off over the time they've been here.
But while you do that, who is Zormir? This is actually kind of appropriate.
Yeah.
Zormir, as you are drawn to a small metal box that seems to have been housed in one of the larger wooden crates. They're with little like peanut foam padding all around it. And as you open, actually, I'm gonna make it that easy. The metal box doesn't seem to have a lid. It appears to just be regular polished steel metal, but the box itself appears to have been welded shut. But it's
Congratulations,
entirely,
you found the metal box.
as you lift it up, it appears to be solid.
You found a companion cube.
Yeah, I found some metal that maybe I can use.
It's a.
Oh, is this going to be
called
a
a
better
box.
version of the clay cubes?
It genuinely might be, actually. That would be
Hmm.
quite interesting. Does anyone have a water skin?
I do.
Why are we pouring water on the cube?
Do you remember what happened when we poured
Because
water on the
Fucky's
clay
not
cube?
pissing on it again.
No, but if we're going to do that, and it is one of those, we're just wasting it and leaving it here. How about we keep that until it's actually
Might be useful, and we're also in a
Yes.
safe situation.
yes,
It could brick up the exit with it.
and also I can maybe try spells to see if I can figure it out as well. You know,
Mind if I tap on the side of it?
feel free.
Donk, 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 donk. Does it sound hollow?
Nope, it's entirely solid. Or it sounds solid.
Weird.
Oh,
Part of our engine block.
my last first
Identify.
level. If this works.
You could have taken time and just sat there and ritual casted them.
You better say you can't just ritual cast this. We've got time.
This is more of Zormir getting impatient and thinking we should start to leave soon rather than sit here for 10 minutes.
The box itself isn't part of the salvage, it's just a container. But it is designed to almost be a safe. But it wouldn't be elemental. Yeah, it would have to be arcane. I'm going to say the box itself is arcane.
Does it look like the safes the point had?
I mean, it's a metal
Box.
tube. Very
Yeah,
nondescript.
but isn't like exactly the same?
No, the other one's styled like a safe.
And it's also made by the point, so I guarantee it doesn't look like any safe that any other human or creature would have ever designed.
The metal box appears to be just that, a metal box that's been enchanted to effectively act like a safe. Apparently there is a verbal passphrase that allows the seams along the the box to effectively like detach magically and reveal the contents of the box.
Open
you say it's a-
sesame.
You say it's a... But Zil may say, oh, it's a safe that's got a vocal code, I
It's a-
imagine.
Pass locked box with a verbal component.
I say unlock in Elvish.
No, I don't think it'd be something as simple as that. I think
Please
it's
unlock.
something.
Please unlock.
Unfortunately, it does not.
That would be
Speak
so
unlock
good.
and open.
It's like, I can imagine someone going, it can't be something that simple. It's going to be, it unlocks. Oh.
It's something to do with this cult. Most likely.
Oh, praise
Try
be
their
to the
mother's maiden name.
praise be to the Empress, Alvina says in Elvish.
Nothing happens.
Oh.
Why'd you keep on saying things in Elvish?
Fintel was Elvish.
Half the people in charge here were elves.
Yeah, but then I don't know what
And
the
all
hell
the
you're saying.
And all the command words they were saying were in Elvish.
At that point.
Most likely, it's something in Elvish.
Or that's what they want you to
Love
think.
the concept that I think Alvin is the only person here that speaks Elvish as well. She's just spouting random words.
Yeah.
I don't know if the point speaks Elvish.
I don't think he does. I think he speaks Dwarven and Celestial, right?
What boon did you take again, Zormir? Did you take the language one, or did you take something else?
I took the thing that would give us a boon when we actually go to their city.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah,
The audience with.
I've come to bargain with the giant snake.
Yeah.
And will give me knowledge on their culture once I arrive there.
Yeah.
This is
So we
probably
don't-
in Elvish. You want me to just leave it in me and I can try stuff when we get back to the ship? See if I can open it.
You also know it is arcanely locked.
Let me try some things with my knowledge of the arcane first.
Cool.
Maybe I can rewrite the password.
Not bad shout. Ow.
Just let me have a look
Be
at some of the inscriptions or any markings on the box. Or even just the residue of magic on this box.
If only there was some sort of spell that could be used to unlock magically locked things.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone has knock.
No.
I do, actually.
Just Lou has knock. Just knock it, Lou.
Yeah, have it
Just
prepared.
walk over and go clunk.
He's a sorcerer. He always has everything prepared.
I don't need to prepare it. Just
Yeah, he's a sorcerer.
cast it.
You have spell slots.
Yeah, sorcerers don't prepare spells. They have spells.
You have the spell slot to do it.
Spell slots. I'm just gonna find it.
It's level 1.
Okay.
To be fair, you don't even technically need to find it. You just need to tell me you're casting it. The DM will just use his encyclopedic
I
knowledge.
cast
to be like,
knock.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's all you have to do.
Oh, and it's a level spell as well. And yeah.
Let your
Oh, yeah.
DM do the heavy lifting.
It's a level spell. DM, do you want to
All right, everyone. All right. I hear you all calling.
Turn Lou into a plant.
Make the sorcerer suffer.
Turn Lou into a plant. Turn Lou into a plant.
He has to roll a 1 on a d20, so I guess Lou, roll me a d20. You're casting a leveled spell. Don't roll a 1.
Roll a 1.
So I have to go look up the wild search table.
Oh! So close.
Oofed.
But it wasn't a 1, and there's only a 1 in 20 chance. So, however, the knock does work, because, this was mostly just to prevent regular people gaining access to it, not people with knock.
Oh. Thank you, Lou.
You're welcome.
As your spell takes effect, you can see the seams along the metal ridges of the box almost knit themselves as the crate pops open in that weird animated way that like digital boxes pop open. All the sides just falling. Congratulations, you've opened the loot box. And inside, Zormir, well, let's start with everyone else. Everyone else sees this almost gleaming gold steel bars inside.
Shiny.
But Zormir, you recognize these as the highly rare and precious radiant steel.
Okay.
As you gain 6 units of radiant steel from inside the box.
Damn.
And did I already have a list of all the different magic items, like metals, dude? I don't know if I ever typed that up.
You told us a few of them, but you didn't tell us the particular one at least.
I'm trying to remember for myself.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. The DM's just checking if he's actually got notes on these somewhere, because I have used Radiant Steel before for like other campaigns. And it has natural properties in terms of like being immune to radiant damage, and it wards off fiends and other creatures, and can be used for a variety of other projects. It's one of the effectively planar metals, similar to Twisted Silver, where it has unique properties.
It's the paladin-y metal, basically.
Yeah, whereas Twisted Silver has an affinity for psionic and psychic damage. Radiant Steel has an affinity for radiant damage and is also what a lot of celestial weapons tend to be made out of.
I
To
imagine
the
it.
point where you did get some when you murdered angels in one of the previous campaigns.
Oh, it was what all the what's it called things were made of, the like metal angels that we fought in the Monster Hunter campaign.
Yeah.
So we've
Oh,
So
got
radiant.
purple weeping angel things.
Yeah.
we've got Emberlock, our ally, and have
Like,
some
we've got the fire metal as well. We have somewhere because we nicked a bunch of that.
some radiant steel as well.
6 units of.
Yep.
What was it called? I'm trying to find it.
This Emberlock alloy.
No, not the Emberlock. No, that's your thing. The stuff that I stole. Obsidian iron. That was it.
Right.
Alvina has
stuff the
Alvina
doors are
has
made out of.
shit tons of obsidian iron.
The things the doors were made out of.
No,
Yeah,
that's the other
obsidian iron is one of the base planar metals. Emberlek alloy is one of the more like advanced alloys made off obsidian iron.
Yeah, obsidian iron's the like very fireproof stuff. Alvina stole a very large amount of it, including several objects.
But it's effectively just a rare crafting component.
Well, I still need to do some stuff to upgrade my gauntlets.
That'll come in handy.
I just like the fact that the smith found the metal box.
The gold metal.
But with that you discover as much as you can about the place. You got a bunch of the twisted silver. Apparently, they also had some radiant steel from somewhere somehow. Don't know why or how.
Yeah, they traded something to someone for it, I assume.
To be fair, if they did have Quados, well, would it be useful against Quados? You'd probably want the opposite. What did I call the Infernal one? I don't know. There's an Infernal
We
version.
don't know that one. Yeah, it's Quattle's are celestial, or at least semi-celestial, if it's right.
But with that, I think you've reached the end of what you can do in this cavern.
Yeah.
And let's. Where would you like to go next? We got a couple minutes to finish up.
I'd say we
I want to go back to this.
put all this shit back on the ship.
I'm definitely going back to the ship to work on my weapon.
Yeah,
Since I've got my metal.
You've got some more materials now that might
More
help.
materials, and plus I don't want them stealing the small bit of thingy from the statue anymore. So that'll be incorporated into something.
This
Yeah,
time, put
you
it
just
away
gotta-
somewhere else. Like, don't just leave it on your desk this time.
Well,
Maybe like
now-
a drawer. Who knows?
now
Put it in a
it's,
safe place.
You're a safe.
it's getting incorporated into my weapon. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
As you head back, I believe it's pretty late evening now since you found them in the evening. You return to the ship, and next week we could retcon a little bit and have you talking to the new NPC and stuff on the ship before you head to bed. But for the sake of I'm assuming
Wrapping up.
nothing possibly could happen with you and this NPC just talking. At least the DM hasn't planned anything. So if you
If
manage
it
to do
is-
something,
If it is, it's a combat, in which case we could deal with that later.
yeah. If for some reason you decide you want to kill the guy, I'm just,
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
Don't think we probably want to kill him. We'd probably just annoy the fuck out of him. Just keep going. Oh
Mm.
no, so
Fuck
we're
you
both
would.
all- yeah, so we're all in the rebellion then.
It's like we're not in any rebellion. Who the fuck?
No, we're a neutral party.
No, we're in the resistance.
Yeah.
but with that,
What-
well,
what do
you,
you mean
you talk to him. He decides presumably either to probably stick around you,
Yeah.
or unless you really drive him away. But in which case, I could just push him away, so that's easy enough to quickly retcon at the back. You return to the ship. You have no further attacks. You're vigilant and keep an eye out. What do you want to tell? Because now we're effectively wrapping up. What do you tell the union leader regarding the Einsmurst?
It's at least heavily maimed. I'm assuming we get told they got lightning bolted. It's probably not coming back.
Okay, so
Not
you
anytime
effectively
soon, anyway.
At least not. Yeah, at least not any
Yeah,
time.
it's been at least extremely badly damaged. It doesn't seem to have any knowledge that it's here, of where here is.
And plus, we will find out any more information on how to take it down. We have new resources.
Also, we
Do
need.
you
Because I'm
tell
not-
them why it's here?
I don't, and I'm assuming the point explains to us some things, and we're not gonna rat out the point. So.
The point's the only one who can actually effectively decide where it tells them
Yeah,
everything or not.
If the point wants to tell them all, that can be one of the things that we retcon. But
It
No,
was
that's
looking
fair.
for something. We told it was, and we convinced it was destroyed.
Fair. So you go with the part, or the truth, but not the full truth. Cool.
Yeah.
yeah,
That works.
unless the point next week specifically says, "Yeah, I'll tell them," then
Yep, that's fine.
that's the point.
Cool. Then officially you get your 2 weeks downtime, or technically you get 1 week time skip, but the previous week you still get downtime. So mechanically you get 2 weeks downtime for while you've been here.
Yeah.
Since we're just gonna ignore the fact that technically 2 days of that you were just constantly battling shit. But you get 2 weeks downtime as you effectively complete both of the kind of mini intermission quests. You've visited a couple places in the town. You've gone to know a couple of the NPCs. There's still obviously people you can still stay here and talk to people. But hopefully, fingers crossed, the DM will will have the rest of the finishing touches done to the next map, and you can go to the main city center. And actually speak with the rebellion leadership.
Hell yeah.
What else I want to say in terms of bookkeeping stuff? 2 weeks downtime. I've also finished this, which you can now read.
Yay!
In terms of mechanics, you literally just have to put the egg in the primal fire, and wait.
Sweet,
Um,
that's already happened.
Took for
so-
this long.
Not gonna lie, that is already what Alvina's particular dragon egg at least has been in. So
It apparently can take up to a month for the egg to hatch, depending on what its progress bar was at before it ended up getting into its weird, like
Stasis.
what's
Jesus.
what's the term I used? Petrified.
Incubation.
No,
fossilized.
Petrified.
petrified stasis.
Stasis.
Stasis,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, petrified suspension is the word I used.
Suspension, that was it.
Ah.
There we go.
I've also
Um,
just realized something kind of terrifying.
But
That baby red dragon's gonna wake up in a week.
It might be 2 weeks.
That's what I mean. A week from the end of the time skip because it's been in there since we actually left Ironclaw.
That's fair.
Took a week to get from my own.
That's assuming it's on maximum time. It's waking up in a week. We have one dragon whelp.
well, I hope you fireproof that damn fucking room.
Of course it is. It's Alvina's room. Of course it's proof. Alvina lives in it.
No, I mean the cargo.
I mean, you think the egg is in the cargo hold?
I don't know where you're keeping it.
My room.
Also, look, we did fire line the cargo. That's why it's all red now.
Okay.
Because we used the material you got for the fire resistant blankets.
Yep.
Which, for those wondering, that's why this room is all covered in like red fabric now. Because they've effectively lined it with the fire resistant material.
Also all blurry for me still.
Which reminds me, we need to find lava. Maybe they'll have it in the main city.
I don't think they have lava in the main city, mate.
Alvina's been asking around,
think
remember at the docks, because I need lava.
You think it's built in the volcano?
I mean, if we ask
Their
Fortnite
belly's
or
not built in a volcano. The Crown Mountains aren't a volcano. There's a mountain range.
Now,
Iron Core is a volcano.
Alvina is of the opinion at the moment that the alchemists will have lava. That just leads to reason. Why wouldn't they have lava? They're alchemists.
Because
They have every
alchemists
other
don't
kind
use-
of liquid. They have every other
Because it's
kind of...
hot and difficult to keep.
Oh,
Yeah.
and this is the thing. Me knows it's a stupid idea. Alvina is going,
yeah.
well, clearly, the alchemists will have it. That's why I couldn't find it down here. There's no alchemists down here.
I mean, Ford might have some.
Bot's also an alchemist.
Alvina doesn't know
We,
that.
we could ask Pilot Ford 45 thing.
45.
Yeah, I've been
Is it-
calling him Ford.
Isn't that somewhere else?
Ah,
Yeah, you
Pilot.
currently
He's
have
the pilot of
no
the
i-
Emperor's ship.
you currently have no idea where the Firestar currently is since you handed it over.
Yeah.
That's something you'll need to ask. You have also been here. I don't know if I told you about the rebellion factions yet.
You told us there is the secret police. You said there is a particular sect of the researchy people, which is what the professor was, and there was the rail people. That's the ones I can remember at least.
So during your 2 weeks, you effectively learn a list because you go around asking, and these are just the known power players in the world or in the rebellion. And you learn that there are, for all intents and purposes, 5 factions within the rebellion. Which I'll put this in a little dossier for next week, because it's actually one of the things that I've forgotten that are still on my to-do list is actually put the document on the 5 factions. But I was waiting until I got to the main city where the 5 factions would actually come more into play politically. But this is going to preface, and I'll repeat all this next week because we'll be exploring the 5 factions more. And then you can tell them all to fuck off. You're going to go explore the rest of the world and don't care about the rebellion.
We don't care about your politics. Give us shit, and we'll help you out as well.
So you know that the kind of main branch or almost administrative wing of the rebellion are known as the Dark Feathers. And all of these have parallels with the 5 main factions from Forgotten Realms and standard D&D because they are supposed to be modeled and based on the standard faction system. So for the players who are familiar with standard D&D factions, there are equivalents in every Alterra realm. Just to make gameplay easier for when I'm posting things for people who are mostly aware or have mostly played in Adventure League and stuff.
Yeah.
It's easier for them to... I can steal them over to Alterra away from the Forgotten Realms. But
my crown now.
Don't play Forgotten Realms. Play Alterra. We have all of that, and we can homebrew anything you want.
And we have anime bullshit.
And we have anime bullshit. Aww. And I'll give you a legendary weapon straight off.
2 legendary weapons straight up.
Yeah.
What more can you ask for?
Yeah.
But the Dark Feathers are, for all intents and purposes, the equivalent of the Harpers. They are the faction that the Professor was a part of. They go about doing effectively espionage things around the realm, and are the main agents who work under the Dark Phoenix themselves.
They're the ones who
Bunch
are
of ranks.
They're the ones who are dissecting Fade as we speak.
Yep. Each faction has a rank, and you can join a faction and gain faction points and all of that standard play because they just literally use the Forgotten Realm stuff. If any of you happen to want to join the rebellion, it is an option, but it's also again an option that the DM has available to you, but the DM isn't attached to it or anything. Mostly because it means I don't actually have to keep track of points or come up with faction quests, which can always be a little bit of a pain. But I'll do it just for you guys. If any of you really want to view your character as a rebellion member.
No, definitely not.
Point, mate.
Yeah.
No, I think
Definitely Gwen.
it's 99% most of the time. It's mostly only ever James. You have the Gold Hearts.
Okay.
The Gold Hearts appear to be the closest simile to a rebellion army that they have. and is the equivalent of the Order of the Gauntlet.
I was about to say the Gauntlet, aren't they? That's the one I remember. That's the only one I remember from Forgotten Realms, actually, is the Order of the Gauntlet.
But they are also tend to only ever be an external army. You have heard a lot of mention of them because they tend to depart from the docks, and they tend to go out in like legions and actually fight small skirmishes and wars elsewhere throughout the cosmos, and tend to be the ones that have the furthest reach. At least as far as this segment of the rebellion actually reaches.
One or two people who Alvina beat up said, "I'm an officer in the go." Didn't they? Like the drunk guy who's basically like retired and picked a fight with Alvina.
Oh yeah.
Quite possibly, they are highly idolized and are seen as, you know, they tend to be composed of paladins and people fighting the evils of the empires across the world.
Yeah.
And therefore they just get a lot of idealization. The secret whispered faction that you hear a lot about is the Ink Hearts. They appear to be the dark reflection of the Gold Hearts and are the equivalent of the Zentran.
Who's echoing?
Yeah.
That's me.
I agree, Chris.
It's mute.
Oh,
Yep.
Let's say I've muted Neil just on my end. If anyone hears him, tell me.
He's muted himself for now.
Yeah.
So you have the Ink Hearts, and they appear to be the shadow police that you occasionally see around them. They're described as these dark, shadowy figures who control part of the dark the black market. There's a lot of suspicion and also kind of disbelief that they actually exist.
Yeah, the secret police. Kinda, aren't they?
But everyone seems to have a story about the time the Ink Hearts came to visit them.
Yeah. They're not nice.
Sounds like the
Oh.
Romulan Tal Shiar.
Mm.
The next faction is the Network Union. They appear to be the main kind of counterpart to like almost the central federalization of the Dark Feathers is the kind of various union mayors that control the district outposts that make up the network and web of Bastion's settlement. They're comprised of the kind of the ruling members of each section, and they control the like defense, safety, and like running of their various districts.
Yeah, they're the quotation marks, the people.
Yeah, and they are the equivalent to the Lord's Alliance.
Yeah.
We also might need to talk to them about trade stuff. Because we still got the quest from one of the earlier people do quest trade rare goods.
Yep. They are also the people that you met, who you've actually already met the kind of union member or the union lord of the port, which was the gnome that you've been working for.
Grincelli? Something like that.
Yeah, Grincelli.
She is the leader of effectively this district's union, and she is the mayor of this union.
Yeah.
So she's the highest ranking kind of union member of this area, and they represent effectively like the state heads for each of the districts who are semi-autonomous. And the final one is the Primal Order. They are made up a lot of the various Elementers, so the Pyromancers and Hydromancers and all those individuals, as well as Druids and other people. And they tend to comprise a lot of the almost worksman unions. A lot of the time, they're composed of a lot of the craftsmen, and are responsible for the management of the rebellion's resources, including collection, but also use of said resources. So they, in conjunction with the union, they are responsible for a lot of the resource flow and what projects get done and assigning people work for the projects. They are the equivalent of the Emerald Enclave.
And they're who me and fuck you need to talk to. Anyone else who has a particular interest as well, but mostly I know us two have an interest.
And in theory, they are also probably the only people who may have access to lava, only because they have Elementers.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're a collection of Elementers and Druids and various other people who might be very useful in a very limited, scarce resource environment.
Also, they're the people who have the dream dust.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee they're the people that have the dream dust that we need.
Fucking might not need it anymore.
You know, because even Alvina needs it with her pyromancy.
Alvina
think-
needs it, but that's more because Alvina can't sleep naturally. Whereas Fuck You has managed to essentially meditate into the dream state. To speak.
I mean,
Alright,
everyone goes into a dreamscape when they sleep.
It's a different dreamscape.
You need to technically it's the same one. It's just it's like several layers down. It's also really hard for most people to do it. It's not impossible though. So like Fuku might be able to, especially if they get Morph to help.
Yeah.
Yeah, because one of Alvina's abilities is can enter the primal dreamscape using dream stuff without doing a ritual. She can just do it.
Mm.
Might be able to get you some of that dust. Trade them the information of some of the maps I got.
Honestly, I think we just have a chat with them and possibly the person passes out again and goes, "Sure, we're down."
Wasn't the
Yeah.
dream dust made by hacks?
No, I don't think it was.
I remember it was made by someone. I can't remember who by then.
No, I'm pretty sure in the Arcanet Adventures, Green Dust was made by one of the factions that did include hags. It was one of the Warlock factions.
That's probably what I'm thinking of then.
Yeah, you have actually come across Green Dress before, predominantly because of the NPC Rainbow,
Yeah.
who needed
Yeah.
it to try and find the pieces of the Oberon, the old Archfey who was apparently eaten and then his soul destroyed and scattered across the Dreamscape plains by Titania.
Okay.
The little bitch hid and set the guards on us.
I have no idea what this is, so I'm assuming old campaign.
Yeah, it was before you started.
I was about to
Russ.
say, it's like, I'm like,
I
I am lost.
have no
but it
idea.
Sounds entertaining.
I wasn't involved in it either.
Ah,
I think it might have been like one of the times you weren't there, because it was definitely a.
Yeah, I think that
Lanois-
was before Bob started playing on our Friday sessions.
No, because Lanois was part of the party. It was oh, actually, it might have been the Tuesday sessions at that point, because it was
Yeah. I
it
didn't.
was the Arcanet guys.
I didn't play with and I was only in it for you to get the purple Arcanet sword
Mm.
out of the dragon's head. I
That's
created
right.
a spell for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she hadn't left us with a bunch of Kenku Shadow Knights and some owl bears.
Yeah, because it was. Was it Dion?
No, it was Sticks.
Ah, that's right, Sticks. And then I was playing Tink. James was Braggadocious. I
And
think
TR was Piece of the Puzzle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was only in the one where you wanted the sword to
At the
deal-
auction.
Mm-hmm.
make a deal, and
Yeah.
I like the.
Oh, you know what? I haven't actually properly changed this. I just realized, like, some of it's been changed. Apparently, I never actually finished this. Ignore the pop-up. I need to actually finish editing
Alright.
this.
No,
yeah,
It's a good base. We have the baseline, but the
Yeah,
individual.
to be fair, it's just the D&D base. But it's supposed to be tailored to actually Alterra terminology and like relevance, because like half of this stuff doesn't apply.
Yeah.
I'll add that to my list of try and get that done for next week.
It's fine. We know the ones that we're likely to immediately interact with at least. So.
the last two, I
Yeah, you
think.
get the general vibes, and then I'll just edit it to make it make sense in the context of the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, with that, is there anything anybody wants to say or do before we sign up? Or wrap
I
up?
think I'm good.
Yeah, I think. Do we level up?
Oh,
Oh, please, Mr. DM,
your
please.
Mr. DM is going to level you down, maybe. No.
You only just got to 11. You've barely done anything of note in the world yet.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember we hit 11. It feels.
When did you hit 11? How
I
long have
don't
you been
remember,
in the
that's the
sea?
It was 6 months ago.
It was
6 months ago?
84 years
Really?
ago.
It was just before James stopped with us. So it was...
We had just finished Iron
Yeah,
Core.
it would have
Oh, we
been
just
from
finished Iron
intermission.
Core, yeah, it's really recent.
Yeah, because it will be from intermission too. So episode 47 is when you leveled up to 11. And it's currently 56. Mate, it's only been 9
that's like
sessions.
That's
9.
right, I can't remember.
It's been 2 months.
We have had breaks, remember, as well.
Alright, it's been 2.5 months. God, level 12, you gotta at least wait until, like, I don't know, 24 sessions.
It was a whole year ago.
Oh, there's 4 sessions a month. What would be 24? 24 divided
It's
by
because
4.
we had to miss a lot in December, so it would have
Yeah.
been like November, October time. Like late October or November. So
Anyway, there you go. Tales from past Alterra. Welcome to the world of Alterra. Just never-ending content.
Yep.
Even the DM
Yep.
can barely keep track of everything.
Well, that feels...
So level 12 it is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mate, you've not even met the rebellion leader yet. At least get your their proper rebellion quest. You know, go do something chaotic. You gotta find a new enemy that isn't the
Another one.
Einspurs.
Another one.
Find enemies every week.
We
You
have.
never have enough.
Yeah, but those are all
Members of our own
minor,
party.
like monster of the week enemies. They're not the big bad. You need a new big bad for tier 3.
Got it.
Haven't we
Kill the
already-
leader of the rebellion.
Haven't we made one already just now with those fucking cultists?
They're not a big bad.
They're a
man.
B plot villain at best.
They're a
Wait,
There we go.
You mean the Empress?
Yeah, she
Oh,
might be
no.
pretty big. No, she doesn't
Uh,
care about her cultists.
Yeah, still a B plot. The main plot is the 3 giant empires and getting home.
Yeah.
So clearly we need you had like the lieutenant general and actually getting to the rebellion and stealing a ship. That was a sufficient big epic plot point. When you like kill one of the gods, I'll level you up.
Yeah.
Or like kill one of the senators.
Hey, TR, we get to kill your god now.
I should clarify, one of the senators, I mean the Republic, like Cthulian
Aw.
monsters.
Oh, because the other one was well easy. But yes, we can definitely kill my god. I would not mind.
I don't know. Maybe go and kill Imix. You've all been craving to do that anyway.
We have. I've got a request to do it actually. Actually, let's start with the littlest one. We've got 5. We're gonna get 5 levels. We'll start with the lowest one and we'll work our way up.
But with that, this has been Alterra.
We'll
Thank you
kill
all
all
thank you for watching.
Antagonize the GM.
Tune in next week to find out who will the players make as their next big bad guy. Will they kill the rebellion leader, the Dark Phoenix?
Quite
Will they go
Nobody
after
knows.
the
Yeah,
Lord
we're-
and Prince of Fire himself, the Elemental Prince Imix?
And seduce his daughter.
Will they track down one of the remaining mad divine gods who appear to be some monstrosity accumulation of the defeated gods? Who knows? So far you've heard of Kiris, the mad jester, as one of the remaining, I think there's like 6 gods left in the world that
I
don't
think we
count
actually
as
know
like,
what would be that number, yeah.
who knows? You need to learn. You'll learn more about the empire structure in the future. Not to self. Do more celestial stuff.
We're going to be honest. We're going to Banshee's Grove. You'll get plenty of time.
Or will you hunt down President Control after flipping him off and slowly disassemble his cabinet of Cthulian ministers?
Probably that one, honestly. Also, I think there's a fair chance that next week we potentially
snort dream dust and go into an elemental plane without any prior preparation or warning.
There's also that.
Hey,
Or
that's what happened
maybe
last time.
Think for yourself. I'm fixing my weapon first.
maybe you'll go off on a complete tangent and decide to take out the entire Monstro Guild leadership.
Yep. We still need to get the thing from the Monstro Guild.
It's true.
So-
No, we
So
don't.
so far, you're only aware of Mr. Kraken, who appears to be the leader of Mind's Expanse. But who knows how many merchant lords there are?
Don't worry,
and-
Gwen. We'll go into there with a full-grown dragon.
Yeah,
Like,
mate,
you
you might
do-
need to find
and
like
you
some
can
time
wait
like
outside.
some time travel shenanigans for that dragon, because that's
I'm
gonna
fine.
take hundreds of years.
I'm fine with this. Also, I'm also quite fine with us taking the black dragon into it, to be honest.
Oh, Black
You're like,
Mage. Yeah,
I mean,
because that's going to be easy.
honestly, if
Oh,
you can
yeah.
convince him, like, I think the biggest part, like, I don't think he'd be against killing somebody he finds annoying. I think the biggest part is him not immediately killing you.
Yeah.
You're an elf, right? You're like a full-blooded elf.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do like time travel shit and disappear for 500 years with it come back with a dragon.
Yeah, it's like she's 20 years old as well as an elf. She's got a whole life ahead of her.
I mean, I will expect a significant change in role-playing style to reflect the fact she's now a 500-year-old adult.
Have you seen Avatar: The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra? Toph didn't change at all over 100 years.
You know what? Touche, can't argue with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
fair.
aren't we
But
talking
I mean-
about 500 years?
Okay, well, you gotta be at least like an old lady, Alvina, then.
To look older.
At least, I guess, late middle age, because you lived
Middle-aged.
to 900s.
Middle-aged, Alvin.
Middle-aged Alvina. Comes back with a dragon. But yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you all for playing. Tune in next time. I'll be your Chris McKenzie. I don't know. Welcome to Alterra. Good night.
Yeah.
Bye.
Welcome to the
Bye.
madness.
Bye.
Bye.